funny if like they had a postseason tournament where they're like, since we have so many Bulldog names, like we need to narrow it down to one. So whoever wins gets to keep their name. You'd see the best basketball of your life. There's going to be some crazy shit. People are going to bet Eastern Washington, they lose by 10. And people are going to be like, oh my God, this team sucks. Or like Montana State blows a game and people are like, what the, the Big Sky's trash.
I feel like I just can't take you seriously. And at the same
program.
time, yeah, it's like I simultaneously can't take you seriously and I'm extremely interested in everything that you have to say.
That's good. That's what we need out of this stream. Okay, is that like inertia or something? There's like a
moving water requires colder energy to freeze. I can go call my mom. My mom literally lives on a river in Wisconsin.
What do we call that? Boots on
ground. Yeah. Okay, so you've got your mom's house on the under, and you've got life savings on UNLV. What else? What else can we wager? Future Kids College Fund. Oh, but yeah. Well, so we're gonna double up right after. So we're gonna parlay the house and the life savings, and then we're gonna roll that through on something.
Told you we always been ready. I don't need people that's petty, that weigh on me heavy while I'm being steady. I need a record with Felly. We get it bouncing like Betty's. I feel like I'm Nelly. Don't bring the beef like a deli. It's leave on I levy. No sleeping on me like I'm Freddy. Chris Breeze, how I do. Hit him with the moves. Left hand step back, ballin' like I'm Coos. All faith, God's plan. You just gotta choose. God slaps, nothing left to prove. Y'all gotta leave me alone. Lately I've been in my zone. Told him no cap like a fitted, but lately the flows have been straight off the dome. I feel like I'm MVP, like my name Patty Mahomes. If it ain't about money, don't hit up my phone, cause lately I've been in my zone.
Hello, welcome to the Cowboy Show, hosted by Ben Carey and Nick Gronerad, combining expert human opinions with cutting-edge simulation models to help you arrive at the best picks each week. Inside Edge Community. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
My mic was muted. There we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's stream. It is here. My favorite time of the year. Second favorite time of the year. I guess March Madness is better. But we've got college basketball back, baby. Let's go. I am excited. I am stoked. Looks like we have some people in the chat who are bricked up as well. So we have a game, I guess, just finishing up in Oregon and Georgia. We got Oregon up 70-58 right now in the tip-off. Had to start the stream a little late today. I know we were planning on being live like half an hour ago. Had some hiccups in a bunch of stuff. Ben should be on within the next half hour or so. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I haven't been able to watch any of this Oregon Georgia game. My lean was definitely Oregon, which means absolutely nothing. I didn't bet it. They may or may not cover here. But it seemed like 4.5 was not so great. Actually, it looks like it closed at 6.5. If anybody has action in that, let me know. Would love to know what you guys are on. We've also got tip-off in a couple more games. We have Purdue and Samford tipping off. We have UConn and Northern Arizona. We have Tennessee and Tennessee Tech all tipping off. In those games, I have no bets placed at all right now. So I think the first half an hour or so of this stream is going to be dedicated to going through and doing that. I've done a lot of research. I have a lot of leans, a lot of stuff that I like, but have not actually placed any bets yet. So let's go through and do that together. Samford, Purdue, I had no real thoughts on. I kind of, it was really 50-50. It kind of all comes down to how well Purdue shoots from three. I mean, if they're good at that, it's going to go over and they're going to cover. If they kind of struggle from three, I actually really like Samford here. But Samford is a team that historically does not defend the three very well, so it's kind of like weakness against weakness as the key thing in that one. So I'm staying away. Have no intention really of placing anything live. UConn and Northern Arizona. I was kind of thinking about UConn in this one. 25.5 is like maybe a little bit too much. And then Parlay Safari says, I feel like all I've seen today is Tennessee. And I completely agree. So I was looking at this game like yesterday afternoon. and saw the 26.5 and was like, oh, that's a good number for Tennessee. But at 32.5 or 32 or whatever it's at, I'm not going to fire it up at that number. I am maybe interested in taking Tennessee live if we can get a reasonable number a little bit later on. But as it stands right now, definitely just kind of staying away from all three of these games. Crispy says, took UConn and Tennessee 1 unit each. Yeah, that's fair. I like both of those sides. Also, let's do a full roll call. See who we got in the house. We got Papa Bane. How's it going? W, first one in the stream. What's up, Sam? Excited for college basketball. Let's go. What's up, HL Combs? Crispy says, I learned today that I have a basketball team, St. Mary of the Woods Pomeroys. They play Indiana State. Who is that? Is your last name Pomeroy or something? Or how is that your team? What's up, Parlay Safari? What's up, Ryan? Ryan, if you want to hop on, I can shoot you the link. I know you hopped on first day of the stream last year. That's like the clips with you in it from our intro. Is I think of tip-off day, opening day, college basketball last year. Would love to have you on if you're not doing anything. What is up? Who else we got? What's up, Russell? Yeah, apologies for the accidentally having my mic muted earlier. What's up, Pick 6? How's it going? Ryan says Oregon ML first of my 25-leg parlay. That's a donation. Fluffy Bears, what's up? Says boiler up, baby. Purdue should be good this year. I mean, hot take. Team that was a number 1 seed last year and returns almost everybody should be good. But Purdue looks really damn good. They just need to they need more consistency in their guard play. They need to go out there and shoot threes consistently, move the ball consistently. They need playmaking and scoring from us people who are not Zach Edey. All right, yeah, Ryan, I will I'll DM you the link on Twitter in just a second. What's up, Richie? How's it going? Says, to those of you betting college basketball, good luck. Not my cup of tea. Way too scary. Yeah, college basketball builds character. It really does. I can't wait to lose money because of a 19-year-old missing some free throws. It's gonna happen once today. What's up, B.Dunn? How's it going? And what's up, Brad? Says Colgate Brown, first half under 69.5. Nice. I have no thoughts on that Colgate and Brown game. I think for me the Ivy League is definitely like one of the hardest conferences to handicap. I don't know why. I feel like over the last few years I've struggled with it a little bit more than other stuff. Let's see. Let me go find Ryan. Send him the Linkski. Boom. There we go. Also, Eisenberg says RIP Oregon and Georgia under. Already. Did we have like a first bad beat of the season? Looks like it's just been a high-scoring game in general. Too busy studying, no shot, we're scoring points. True. Classic Ivy League. I mean, yeah, and Colgate's too busy brushing their teeth. They need to be brushing the inside of the net with the ball instead. All right. So let's take a look at some of these 5 o'clock games. Because I need to actually get some bets in. So. What have we got? We've got, and I've just got unabated up here, going through everything. Princeton and Rutgers, I've got nothing there. South Carolina, Upstate, nothing there. NC State and the Citadel, I don't think I've got anything there. Stick Gamer Real, W first time chat, welcome. Says Georgia Tech minus 9.5. Georgia Southern lost to Augusta the other night. Yeah, losing to Augusta. Not a good look. I don't think that this Georgia Southern team is like supposed to be that bad. I don't want to put like too much stock into an exhibition game. Can definitely end up in a spot where you're putting too much stock on one piece of info. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts on that one. What's up, D-Smalls? Yeah, Georgia Tech, kind of an interesting team this year. Could be all over the place. Got a new coach. after the Josh Pastner era has ended. All right, so Cleveland State and Duquesne is the first game that I want to look at a little bit. This Duquesne team looks really, really, really good to me this year. So let me pull up the Almanac, my favorite resource from last year. And honestly, the guys at Three Man Weave, like my favorite resource to use, especially early in the season over the last several years. And I think we might have one of the guys coming on today from Three Man Weave, if I'm not mistaken. W Ben arranging some good guests. But yeah, this Duquesne team looks solid. So one of my favorite teams last year, at least earlier on in the season, they bring back Day Grant, who averaged 15 points a game last year. They've got Jimmy Clark back, who averaged like 12 points a game last year. Both guys can shoot the ball really well. Kareem Rozier, also back. Another guy shot 39% from deep. And a phenomenal-looking transfer class. They brought in the Drame twins from... they were at LaSalle last year, and they were famously on that St. Peter's team that made the Elite Eight a couple years ago. They brought in Andrei Sarasov from, speaking of Georgia Southern, who is a wing. He's like a 3-4 type of guy who can really, really, really shoot the ball. Averaged 14 points, 7 boards, 36% from 3 last year at Georgia Southern. And they brought in Dusan Mohoric, big, who played 20 minutes a game at NC State last year and has dominated mid-major basketball before that. 10 points is a lot against Cleveland State, though. So I was like a little hesitant to lay that, although that was definitely on my list. Also, I saw we had Ryan in the queue, and I was just about to bring him up, and he disappeared. But I'm sure he'll be right back. So Duquesne definitely kind of on my list. Does anybody have any thoughts on that one? Would love to know. Then there's NC A&T and Pittsburgh, and obviously I'm biased. I went to grad school at Pitt. I'm going to be on Pitt in this game, and I hate betting on my teams. I really do. But this NC A&T team is bad. They look terrible. They had like a couple star players last year. They're all gone. New coach. Didn't look like they brought in really any particularly good talent. My concern maybe about Pitt scoring consistently enough to win by 24. But I really like the fade of NC A&T here. Also,
Welcome to the
look who we got.
Show.
Hello, how are you?
Ryan, how we doing?
I kind of look like trash right now. I've been at my brother's for a week, and all we do is just play video games and watch sports and stuff. So,
have you been playing the OG Fortnite?
I have not been playing the OG Fortnite. I'm not. I don't know. I miss it, but like I'm not too keen of it.
Oh, it's so
I
much
did
fun.
just take over the esports program at the high school that I work at. So Fortnite is one of the titles this winter, so I better brush up on it.
Yeah, Ryan's gonna go out there and crank some 90s. Let's go.
How does it sound? Do I sound fine?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay. I got AirPods in. I'm on the phone. I'm not on my normal setup. So
yeah, I know. Did you move, or are you just like in?
No, I'm just.
Oh yeah, you were saying you're at your brother's. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just visiting my brother.
Yeah. Also, we
I'll
have
hop on
Stick Gamer coming in with the tier 1 gifted sub. Appreciate that.
Dang.
Sumo Nasty, if you're here, be sure to give Stick Gamer a thank you. So what you're saying, Ryan?
But so did a $10, $25, 25 leg parlay because I'm in Illinois, so I got access to FanDuel, so I can do something stupid like that.
25
$150.
leg parlay is wild.
I just did a bunch of money lines. The lowest odds I do have is plus 122. There's a lot of like minus 1100s, minus 700s. I just basically went through the board. I said, what do I like? And then I looked at some models to see if I was like crazy on who I liked. And,
I mean, you're crazy. Just in general.
Oh no, I get it.
For
I
placing
put
that bet.
$10 on it. Like if I was like throwing 50, you'd be like, call the number. But I threw 10. I was just like, okay, it's the first day. There's like 80 something games. let's just see. Let's see how many legs I can get through. If I can get through 10 legs, I'll be happy with where I'm at. So.
Hey, just imagine you hit 25 out of 25.
Hey, 25 out of 25, hey, 50K.
$10
guys get
to
like
50K. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get like 50 gifted subs or something.
Yeah,
Like that.
I'll take $10. Yeah. Yeah. Also, what's up? What's up, Paulie? How's it going? What's up, Carly? Marist plays today. No rabid wolves interfering with Marist basketball today. It's disappointing. So Ryan, do you have anything in these games underway right now?
So
Do you have
the games
like Tennessee money line in your parlay?
No, I don't think so. I have to sign in, honestly. When you have 25 legs, I can't keep up.
Yeah, no, it's like
I wasn't really,
every single game.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna. Yeah, so what I wanted to do originally is do it so like I had most of my action between the 6 and 7 o'clock games, and like the 7:30, and then have like the last leg be at like 9:30. But there was 3 things that I liked really at the end that I would bet straight. Obviously, I'm assuming it's a public play. Is not Kansas State. Is it Kansas State? Sorry, I'm not in the right mindset yet, for college.
There's no build up. It just comes out of nowhere. It's like bam, here's like 110 games.
Okay, yeah. So Kansas State against USC tonight. I'm assuming that's going to be a public play with how well they did last year, moving through. So that's one of the plays that I did like. I liked Pacific money line against Sam Houston State at -118, and then I think my underdog, just based off models and other stuff that I've been reading, is underdog of the day is Portland money line +122 against Long Beach State to round it out at like 10 o'clock or 10:30.
Nice.
So.
I did not get into like the late night slate. I got tired.
Yeah.
I can't lie. There's a lot of games to look at.
Yeah. So, so Oregon money line was the first one, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at 6 o'clock.
Nice. And that's 6 o'clock Central?
Central, yeah.
Okay.
So the next wave in 15 minutes. But no, I don't have any bets for this 5:30 window.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'm trying to fire some stuff up. So I was saying I like my Pitt Panthers to cover against NC A&T. I would be taking basically any borderline tournament quality team in this spot. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's Pitt. Just 100% a fade of NC A&T.
Yeah.
They're going to be terrible this year.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Just looking through some other stuff. The over in NJIT and Miami was something I was taking a look at. And the reasoning for that is, I mean, number one, Miami brings back not everybody, but a lot of dudes off of their team from last year. And NJIT has like a new coach. I think they're going to be pushing pace a little bit more than they were last year. And they have like a lot of guys who are like just absolute sharpshooters from three. So it's kind of a sneaky thought. I'm not 100% sure that I'm firing it up yet, and I think the numbers actually moved down a little bit.
What's the number at?
It's at 1. There's so many games. Hold on. Oh, 144. So actually, no, I think it's moved up a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it. I do think Miami gets into the 80-point threshold today. Just based on, previous standards, how they had a little bit higher standard or above average pace for the league. Mm-hmm. I don't know anything about NJIT, but it's if they're pushing in at 80s, 80, 85, you're gonna have to get some help around the 60s from them. So
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Miami's going to be like, oh, we're going to get 90 or 100 here.
Yeah. Also, we have more goats in queue. Man, who I'm honestly a little surprised to see rocking some facial hair still. Ben.
Yeah, I had a bad day yesterday, man. I might have to shave off the mustache like Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith, I think he got rid of the mustache today. So I was seeing on Twitter.
And you know who saw your mustache just now and was like, damn, more people need to see that. That was Lockmyth coming in with the 7-man raid. Appreciate that, Locky. I'm assuming you were. I saw you playing some Chell. How was that? But welcome in everybody from Lockmyth stream. We're going through the college basketball slate, investigating Ben's choices of facial hair, which I still approve of. I still approve. I think the mustache brings special powers. And honestly,
it needs
Ryan,
to.
I might if you don't like go spend 10 minutes in the bathroom and shave, I might kick you.
Oh, that's
just kidding. I would never do that.
Do you guys see you see the Vikings fan who shaved off his eyebrows for Dobbs?
Oh, that's wild.
Wow.
But
yeah,
I respect the fuck out of that.
I mean, yeah. Dobbs.
Ryan, I thought about you yesterday. I was watching the Panthers play.
Dude, it's so heartbreaking. And you know, I don't want to get too off track, but me and my friend were having a conversation about how, you know, are we just saying CJ Stroud is a better QB, or is it coaches? Is it the scheme? And I said, I think he was saying that Bryce Young doesn't have many weapons. I think the weapons are fine, but I do think it's the scheme that we're trying to put out. But I mean, I did lean, you know, I'll take either of the guys, but I did lean CJ Stroud before the draft. But, you know,
I'll say this, like, yeah, I think it is, you know, scheme and things like that. But like, if you just watch the games, like Stroud yesterday looked really good. Like that was one of the top 5 probably quarterback performances I've seen this year. At least I've seen.
For sure.
Yeah,
For
Stroud,
sure. No,
Stroud looks nuts.
Yeah.
It was like the 12th QB to throw 450 and 5 passing touchdowns in history.
They're just dimes too. Like,
yeah.
Just pew pew. But
yeah, I mean, you saw it. It's just like he's playing so much more confident, and you saw every time both the pick sixes where Bryce was just throwing off his back foot. He didn't complete his throws, and so, you know, I don't know. Eventually he'll grow into it and he'll be better, but you know, it's kind of tough.
It's gonna take it'll take a little more time.
Yeah, but it's tough seeing 1-7. You know.
Yeah.
I thought we'd at least be closer to 500, below it, but closer.
So I got us off track. I'll get us back on track. I hit my first live bet, which was fun.
That's a system play.
Yeah, the system play. Take the team in the bonus. Take the team total over.
Yeah, the first half team total.
And Ryan, you remember last year there was only like 2 books that were offering these numbers.
Yeah.
There's another 3 or 4 that I found this season. So that's
I remember we took it a lot last year, and we were just running it up. And I remember when we like first started it, when we were like, okay, we're gonna track it on stream. We were like 7-0 for our first 7, and we were like, this is great. And
this is easy.
Nick's like, okay, guys, this is not how all systems go.
I know, like everyone's watching, they're like, wow, this sports betting thing is easy.
Yeah.
But my pregame bet though didn't hit. I had Oregon and Georgia under and
neutral site under. That's a system play.
Yeah, that it was a system play, but it didn't hit. Georgia just got freakishly hot a few times where they hit like 3 out of 4 from deep, and then 4 or 5, and yeah, Georgia sucks. They didn't end up covering though, right?
No, I think Oregon covered.
No,
they were creeping, but
yeah, I know they were getting
82-71 final.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think it closed at 6.5. But yeah,
okay.
It was like 4.5 opener.
That would have been a bad beat, because there was a little stint near the end where I'm like, are they really going to try to backdoor this? But it was down too much.
All right, so Ben, what are you on in this upcoming 5 o'clock slate, or 7 o'clock Eastern slate? Because I need to get my bets in.
Okay. I'll share with everyone what I'm on. So a lot of the plays that I'm on today have been more kind of the top-down approach where, like last night, I was watching some line moves and I got some pretty good CLV. But I will say, like CLV early season does not mean as much as it would come like February, just because the market will just move, and sometimes people will just be really wrong about a team. But surprisingly, this one's pretty popular. UMBC. I got it at plus 11, but now it's down to plus 7. And what's interesting about
I don't like the UMBC play at all, if I'm being honest.
yeah, no, that's fine. So what's interesting about this one is if you go, and I think our model doesn't like it. Obviously, it's looking at last year, but like Bart Torvik has Louisville winning by 20. So, but again, I saw it moving, and I was like, I know this is going to get pretty solid CLV. So, at plus 7, no.
Yeah, UMBC is like a team that's always been pretty good, but I think they turn a lot of the roster over this year, and like don't necessarily have like the highest quality, even relative to conference talent coming in to replace it.
Yeah, they have a decent freshman coming in, but I mean, how much do you want to rely on? Actually, he might be a sophomore, but how much do you want to rely on some younger guys and then transfers like game one? But did you see Louisville did lose by 10 to that shitty team?
Yeah, well, I mean, Louisville's bad, and the fact that it's Louisville is like the only reason I didn't fire up team playing UMBC, because UMBC, like when I was just doing my preliminary research, felt like a team that was going to be overvalued based on brand early in the season, and not like UMBC is the biggest brand, but as far as mid majors go, or like low majors, they do have a lot of brand recognition just because of their win against Virginia a few years ago.
Yeah.
All right, so I fired up 6 bets in this 5 o'clock slate. Just based on my research that I did yesterday and stuff that hadn't moved a ton. There was a couple other spots that moved. So I have a Winthrop plus 14.5 against Clemson. I have College of Charleston minus 7 against Iona. I have Duquesne minus 10 against Cleveland State. I have Delaware State, Penn State under 136.5. I have NJIT and Miami over 144. And I have the best team in the league, Pittsburgh, minus 24 against NCA&T.
NCA&T is going to suck this year.
They're going to be so bad. And also,
yeah, that was the team, that one team, Nick, where I'm like, this is going to be that team that I think everyone will start fading at some point, but it's good to get on it early before everyone starts.
And actually, I'm gonna go place one more right now. Is Virginia Tech minus 28.5. It's the play that I pitched on the surgical stream today. Coppin State, early candidate for worst team in the country. So
they lost basically everyone, right?
Yeah. So they lost everybody. They lost their coach. I think they have like 4 players returning from last year, from their whole roster, from a team that won 9 games last year. The highest scoring player of that group averaged 3.4 points per game last year. So they returned nothing, and which is like maybe that's what you need, right? If you bring in other talent, they're bringing in a backup point guard from St. Francis, PA, who's going to be their starter, who averaged like 7 minutes a game and 1 point a game at St. Francis, PA last year, and his career 4 for 43 from 3. They brought in like 2 backups from Morgan State, who averaged a combined 8 points a game at Morgan State. And they brought in a guy who like redshirted last year as a freshman at FIU. Wasn't good enough to get any minutes there. And then they brought in like a bunch of freshmen.
And Nick, on top of that all, have you read into the scandal that happened?
No, what happened?
Dude, this is crazy. Again, this is on top of everything you just said. It was basically one of the assistant coaches was posing as like a female on like a dating site.
Oh,
and
God.
Yeah, and then he was I don't know like the details of it, but he was basically it was like extortion, and he was like blackmailing the player and stuff. This was going on like last year. So like everything you just said, and then there's stuff like this going on. I mean,
that's a shit show.
Yeah. Yeah, if this was a bigger school with this happening, it would be like the #1 story, but it's Coppin State, so.
It's Coppin State.
Also, so here's another take that I have. If you bet every A10 team today to cover,
make money?
No, you're gonna make a lot of money.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ryan's like, who are the A10 teams?
Yeah, hold on. A10 basketball.
Yeah, who plays today?
So I do have 2 bets for this slate. Don't ask me to explain why I'm picking these, but I got West Virginia -4, and then Rutgers -5.5 against Princeton.
Rutgers that's a neutral, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew that at least.
Heads up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think a lot of them are in really good spots. So I bet Duquesne. And Ben, I was saying, I mean, we were at least like a little bit on the Duquesne train.
Yeah.
Nice rhyme. Last year. This team is good. This team is going to be really good. They return so much talent, and they bring in like 4 legitimate impact transfers. Mm-hmm. Like all guys who have been impact players at mid majors and even high majors before.
Yeah, they're going to be solid.
Yeah, so they're a good look today. I mean, I like the Cleveland State team too, so I was a little hesitant to lay 10, but I feel like I kind of have to. I love the look of St. Joe's today against Lafayette. I love the look of Fordham today. I love the look of St. Bonaventure today.
Ooh, the Bonnies. I didn't look into the Bonnies. Will they be better than last season?
Yeah. So I mean, they had like so much roster turnover last year. I think they returned like 0.1% of their production from the year before going into last year, plus like a new head coach. So last year was like a full rebuild year for St. Bonaventure. This year, I mean, they bring a lot of guys back. They brought in Charles Pride from Bryant, who averaged 14 points a game for them last year, 6 boards a game, 37% 3-point shooter. It was like him and Peter Kiss, kind of 2 of the big 3 for them last year. And they brought in Micah Adams-Woods, grad transfer from Cincinnati, who averaged 10 points a game, and another just 3-point sharpshooter, who did it in the AAC last year. And he might not even start for them.
Damn. So they'll be kind of deep.
Yeah, so they're deep. They have like a lot of young guys who gelled, who have an off season to progress as a unit this year. Like they lost a guy who scored 2 points a game and a guy who scored 2 points a game from last year's team, bringing everybody else back. If it's a bad team bringing back a bunch of seniors, that's a red flag for me. If it's a decent team bringing back a bunch of like sophomores and juniors, green flag. I'm all in.
So you're not big on Chicago State this year?
Also, well, I mean, so Chicago State,
they do have a few, but they bring back a few.
They have the 2 I guess who aren't actually playing because I think their waiver got denied.
The Twins?
Yeah.
I thought they're playing because Spanky retweeted something and he said when Alan Boston talks college hoops, you listen or something, and it was talking about the Twins.
I think if Spanky retweeted something that was like information like, hey, you should bet on Chicago State, that would give me like very strong conviction that he's on the other side of that.
It's like, but it was from someone he trusts. This is what I'm going to read what it said. I shall try and post some hoop tonight. Okay. Interesting extra game where poorly funded and only independent hoop team Chicago State somehow ends up with 2x 5-star Twins? ? Is that enough to warrant taking fewer points than you would typically get? In gambling, yes. Chicago State plus 7.5.
I'm pretty sure that waiver got denied.
I think you're correct because then everyone underneath said the Twins will not be available. Yeah. So all that was for nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, so like they were paid as professional players. They were making like $33,000 a month to play basketball, just like as a salary. It was not anything like NIL. It was just like, here's a salary. Like that, they're not. After you do that for 2 years, you're just not an amateur basketball player anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then let's see. Oh, I had a question for you, Nick.
Yeah.
So, Towson.
What about Towson?
Towson. What do you think of them just as a team as a whole? Because they lost Nicholas Timberlake.
Yeah, I looked at Towson a little bit. There's nothing that like really stood out to me as like super memorable. Again, I was looking at like hundreds of teams in the same couple days.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they brought in transfer from Coppin State for whatever the hell that means. Transfer from Wofford, who scored 10
he's
points again
decent.
at Wofford.
He's decent, the Wofford guy.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a lot of guys who like. Oh, and they brought in a transfer from IUP, no longer IUP UI, IUP.
Where are you looking at that? Is it just that guide that you have?
Yes, this is all in the almanac. And Ben, if I'm not mistaken, we actually have one of the co-authors of the almanac hopping on the stream later, right?
Yeah, he's gonna come on.
That's dope. I didn't.
Yeah.
I was looking at the names. I was like, I don't know who these people are. But then I was like, with 3-man weave, and I was like, oh, I love 3-man weave.
Well, yeah, how it all happened is I've been following their stuff too. I probably followed them from you. And then one of the guys was like, going to the Packers game. And I was like, hey, if you need any recs or want these, tailgating tickets for that tent we've been at, I was like, I'll hook you up. And then I did that. And then we've been chatting. So, yeah.
Yeah. No,
I'm curious what he's going to have to say about stuff.
Yeah. Oh, me too. I mean, it's like legitimately been one of my favorite resources going on 4 years now.
Yeah, and what I really like about this year's guide is I like some of like the quotes from the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are very subtle, but I thought there were some interesting ones. Like the Northern Colorado one, I thought was interesting, kind of hinting that they're going to play a little more up tempo, just like things like that.
Yeah. So what's your take on Northern Colorado this year? They lost a lot.
So they do have a freshman that, well, he barely played last season. I think his name's Langford. He's going to be pretty good, but, I mean, overall, it's really tough because they lost Dalton Connect, man. I mean, I was fucking bummed. Like,
yeah,
he's a perennial, like, he might go, like, top 15, top 10 in the draft. Like, so that really hurts because I think with NIL and the transfer portal, like, it's good for the players, but it really, I think, overall, like, screws the small schools.
Yeah, it can definitely screw some of them, and it can help some of them too. But like,
yeah, it can help some of them.
It's tough.
Like Duquesne, I think it's benefiting them this year, but yeah, I think overall it's like a majority of the better players are going to go as high as they can, to as good a school as they can. So
yeah. So we got a question from Don't Fade. Is the guide out now? So the guide that we're referencing right now is the Almanac, CBB Almanac. I made a command for that in the chat. As far as March Madness guide, we'll have to see what's going on with that. I mean, it's a lot of work, but yeah, I would like to do it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah, but we're not putting out like a pre-order page yet.
Yeah, the first day one pre-order March Madness. But Nick, I wanted to ask you about that game with Towson because I took Colorado -14, and I think the biggest thing for me was just the lack of. Well, it's basically Timberlake, right? Like I watched him a lot last year, as I know you did, and like he's legit. I mean, he's playing at Kansas now, so. But, I mean, the line, I think, is reflective of that. I mean, it's now 15, so it's not like they're, single digits. And I'm super high in Colorado this year for the first time in, 4 years. The only thing is, is it going to come to fruition? Game 1. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Towson's a team that is always, pretty solid. But, yeah, the Colorado team looked pretty good this year, too.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm on that. That's at 7:30, so in, 2 hours.
No, it's in half an hour.
It is in half an hour?
Yeah.
Are my times screwed up here?
Potentially.
Yeah,
also,
right.
we have a redemption from Heisenberg. Talk about JMU, my other school. I could go put on my JMU sweatshirt instead. I'm slightly less confident in them today. JMU is going to be really good this year.
Yeah.
Against Michigan State, that's tough. I didn't really even look. I mean, the number was what? 16.5, 17.5? Something like that. I mean, honestly, it shows respect on JMU.
Yeah, put some respect on the Duke's name.
That's where they're at. But
Nick, some are saying like Duke basketball. It's James Madison now. That's yeah.
man, what a JMU sports is good.
Nick, you might have to go back and just like, just pick up some classes, go back. And be like,
I didn't exhaust my eligibility. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
like I'm 29, but yeah, I'm gonna go out there and play, right?
Hey, I still have my eligibility. I got full 5 years.
oh, that's true.
Let's go.
We always have this conversation. We're like, hey man, how's the kicking going?
Yeah, I know. So I actually went out the other day because we were talking to one of the guys at the school that's going to college next year, and I was just like, "Can I still kick a ball?" And my first punt went straight up and almost went backwards. So bad.
So
But I got it. I got it down.
you know what I always think about? Like these college teams, they'll have like 2-3 kickers. Like Colorado has 3 kickers on the roster. Why doesn't one of those kickers just practice onside kicks? Literally all practice. That's
They
it.
probably do. Probably do.
Dude, I don't know. When I was playing in college, the kickers fuck around more than anyone, dude. They're like, they could be drunk out there.
I know.
for all
I've heard you and Pewok bitch about the work ethic of kickers and punters.
Yeah, and then I'm not an anti-kicker guy. Like I'm not the guy on Twitter who's like, fuck kickers, you have one job, because it is hard. Like it's so mental. It's like trying to sink a putt. It's just like it's more like that than anything else. And I think people forget that because you watch like grown men like pound each other in the face for 60 minutes, and a kicker comes in, and it's
Phrasing.
like literally a whole different game in their mind. Like a kicker's mentality before a game, it's not like it's actually like the opposite. So I always find that interesting.
It's a zen,
Yeah, like they can't listen to Waka Flocka before games. They're listening to fucking I don't know, Tyler Childers or some shit. Like they gotta get a settled mind. They're not listening to MGK or fucking
Okay, but
Little
okay.
baby.
So how long is a college practice? A daily
about
practice.
two hours on average.
And
During the
you're
week.
gonna work on field goals for 5 minutes.
They probably work on field goals for, I would say, okay, so it's like, when you're like, I'm at work, type of thing.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
one of those things where it's like kick
Yeah.
the field goal, and then it's like, look around and like get some water, and then they're like, how long were you kicking field goals for? And you're gonna say an hour, but it's one of those things.
Well, when I was
So
in
50
high school,
minutes.
It's like I would do my few punts, like 5 or 10, and then I would go over with the kickers, and I'd be like, "Yo, teach me how to kick field goals."
Yeah.
And we would just try to go as far as we could, and that was it. That was practice every single day. And then they would run lines, and then I would be like, "Damn, I have to run lines."
Yeah. I know. And then you're like, do the kickers even need to run? I mean,
I was trying to be on the farthest side of the field every time they started, but they would get to us, and then we would get caught, and then we would have to go. Rough
so
life,
anyways, yeah, kicker life, man. Nick, I had another. Actually, let's talk about some of the live games right now.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that catches your attention? I mean, one is like Tennessee's holding them to 8 points, Tennessee Tech, but it's like, are we really that surprised? Like,
No, I'm
Tennessee.
I'm pissed I didn't bet this game yesterday because I was like all in at 26.5. I'm just like, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna like finish up my research. I don't want to get too aggressive, and then it was like 32.
I had a list of 3 games like that, Nick, that already moved. But
Yeah.
Purdue's up big too, right?
Yeah, Purdue was up 31-6.
Also, Ryan, if you see those games with one team in foul trouble, or it was like 7, let us know.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I was
I'll
saying the key to victory for Purdue here was just shooting the 3, because Samford runs like they're super unique. I say this every year, but they're like a super unique defense. They run just like tons and tons and tons of full court press and ball pressure, but they allow tons and tons of volume and tons of like open threes. And Purdue is a team that in some key spots, cough cough, NCAA tournament last year and the year before against St. Peter's, struggles to shoot threes in clutch situations.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was like hesitant here. But Purdue is shooting well from 3. And so no surprise that they're just way up.
Northern Arizona has 9 fouls, but it's about 8 minutes. So, Nick, I'm trying to remember. Other than team being in foul trouble and the other team in the bonus, is there like a sweet spot of time, or is it just
No,
kinda like,
there was no like official rule.
yeah, it was just when they're in the bonus.
We were just taking the team total over,
Mm.
like, right? Just
So you know what's
first-
funny is today.
Are we doing bonus or double?
It was always just bonus.
Just bonus. So earlier today, I grabbed Georgia like 25.5, and then they ended up at like 32, 33 at halftime. But the funny thing about that was, as soon as I placed that, I looked on a few other books, and there was even better numbers. But it makes it hard because it's like you don't want to just like line shop for like 10 minutes,
Mhm.
right? Like
Yeah.
you gotta. But if you can find like a timeout, and then you quickly look, because like 1 point difference, and these can make everything. It's make or break sometimes.
Purdue's in the double with 8 minutes left. But
Jeez.
I don't think you want to take like the 50, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah,
That's
it might be
crazy.
pretty high.
What
But at the
book are
same
you
time, I
using?
mean, so today I was looking at DraftKings had it for the first time that I've seen.
Yeah.
PointsBet had it, and I mean I'm assuming BetMGM has it again.
Well,
Unless they took it off.
weren't we using DraftKings last year?
No, I thought we were using BetMGM,
Pretty sure we were using DraftKings.
or was that maybe because Nick didn't have DraftKings?
Yeah, I mean, I can't bet on
Uh,
DraftKings. PointsBet is the spot that I know has them that I can bet on, but like also they don't right now. So
They don't have it up.
no, I'm looking
Yeah.
at the Purdue game.
Purdue. Team props.
So yeah, I don't know.
What? Oh, halves? Purdue
Yeah, it'd
49
be
and a
a-
half,
15 points. Oh, now it's 50.
50 and a half. at
Honestly, it's
Buffalo
probably a good bet.
I know it looks high, but it's like if you're just playing.
At plus
That's what I'm
105.
I'll wait and see if it gets back to 49.
You want a nice 50? Root for 50.
Yeah, 50 seems like a good number there. Because if it hits 50, I'm gonna be pissed, right?
Yeah, you're about
Well, 50 and a half.
still waiting.
So Tennessee Tech's
I mean,
team total for the full game right now is sitting at 39.5.
Oh, they'll score 39, Nick, right? I'm not watching, but
Oh, I guess there's only 37 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, they have 8 points right now.
Okay, I was looking at the Purdue game and I was expecting like the same amount of time to be on the clock in Tennessee because they started
No.
at the same time.
that's
Did they
Tennessee.
start at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably because they've been shooting so many damn free throws.
Yeah.
Oh, the computer's broken.
Well, it's
Too
a
many
terrible
sports books
time.
open.
Terrible time for your computer to poop out.
Too many sports books to be open at once. It's trying to figure out where I am.
Niagara's up on Notre Dame. Notre Dame's not going to be good again, huh?
Notre Dame's gonna suck this year.
Yeah, no, I don't know what the hell happened to Notre Dame football. Or sorry, football they got.
Well, I mean, so
Fucking
Mike
Nebraska.
Bray is gone. They brought in what's his name, Micah Shrewsbury from Penn State.
Mhm.
But yes, definitely a rebuilding year for Notre Dame. There's like nothing on that roster.
Classic NIT team this year, right, Nick? If
Yeah,
that.
I guess.
Yeah, if that.
God. This thing's about to explode.
Okay, let's see here. I was tempted to play the Northern Arizona Connecticut over, but I stayed off of it.
UConn shooting like crazy.
Yep. The pace is pretty fast to start, but it always trips me out when a team gets up big, and sometimes one team just parks the bus.
Yeah.
It's like college basketball is so fun to watch, like, but it's so stressful too. It's like because it's your box score watching so many games at the same time.
Especially when you got 25 leg parlay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to win 50K on the first night. You know, Yeah, it's tough business.
Yeah.
Trying to shoot for a long shot. every
Well,
day.
what you're one of 25?
Yeah, 1 of 25 so far. Let's go through it. Okay. We're up in that one, down 1, up 1, up like 30, down 4. This game hasn't started. Has Siena Holy Cross started?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Ooh, it's 48.5 now, by the way.
I just got a reality check. St. Joe up 3. North Dakota State down 6. That was the shortest odds that I had for this 6 o'clock slate. West Virginia up 7 and Rutgers down 2. So we'll see.
Ooh, we'll see.
I mean, I like college basketball, and especially since it's the first day. But I will be watching football tonight. Sorry.
Yeah, man. I have you looked at the NFL game at all? I have not.
Not really. I haven't I haven't dove into it really.
So one thing that I do like for the football tonight, Price Pick Square. It's Donald Parham plus Brees Hall, either of them to score a touchdown tonight. I like that because Brees Hall's a GOAT. And then Parham, he's getting more red zone targets than Everett. He should be – I like it at plus 400 anyway, plus 480 or whatever it was. So I think that's kind of a lock. I think there might be 2 from either or 2, 1 on each side.
Because Josh Palmer's out, right?
Yeah, Palmer's out. He went on IR. We got Quentin Johnson. I mean, he has to throw to somebody. Eckler, I mean, obviously, Eckler's going to be Eckler, but, I mean, he's, Parham's 6'8", big guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting a lot of red zone targets anyway, and he's shown that he can convert in the red zone. Herbert slings that thing, so I like it, and, getting the added on Brees Hall, too. I did some math, and it's minus 133 combined odds. So I like that because, whatever the implied probability is, math. So,
you know who I was kind of eyeing with the same thinking is Quentin Johnston. But
so
receptions.
I'm a little worried. Obviously, we've seen how that turned out last time. And I feel like I have some recency bias on how badly that turned out and how everyone was on it when Palmer was out earlier for 1 week. And I think you were in the same mindset. We were all about Quentin Johnson, but
Actually, I wasn't. I was one of the few who was they're gonna regret taking him more so.
Oh yeah, didn't you
instead
say
of
the
Addison.
draft grade? Yeah.
Yeah, I just liked Addison and JSN more, but at the same time, I think he's coming along. Those guys basically started week 1. Well, I guess JSN was kind of the third receiver, but
yeah,
Johnston was more the 4th, 5th option off the bat. So just apples to oranges a little bit, but I just think, with Mike Williams out, with Palmer out, he's probably going to have several targets.
I mean, he has to throw to somebody. The only thing that concerns me is the Jets give up a little bit more short field, and it's a high number, 87.5 rush plus reception yards for Eckler. But I mean, I feel like a lot of balls are going to be going for him in the short field. But Herbert we can either just run on Eckler or Herbert's going to throw 350 yards against this Jets team. I mean, is the Jets? Yeah,
I would just take the receiving if I were you, but
you don't like rush plus reception?
Well, I just don't like. I don't know, man. The Chargers, they'll put Kelly out there and they'll put it's a Spiller and they'll eat up some yards. I mean, I see your thinking though, if like he is out there a lot and breaks one, but I
Yeah.
personally would just focus in
Discard his
on the
reception.
receiving. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that too. But at the end of the day, is this Jets team overperforming? We'll see tonight. But I think it's Monday Night Football. Chargers are going to Charger. Jets are going to be in it. Aaron Rodgers is walking to the locker room now.
I know he's the
And,
story of the game, and he's not even playing.
I know. He's walking to the locker room.
They were like, he's not on a golf cart currently, guys. breaking news.
Breaking news. So we'll see what happens. But I really like that combo prop with Parham and Brees Hall.
Yeah, I like it. Damn, Johnston's at plus 140 for over 3.5 receptions. That's pretty tempting.
It's pretty low too.
So what are we looking at in this 7:30 Eastern college basketball slate here? Got a bunch of games started.
Yeah. So I don't have anything for the 7:30 Eastern.
Colorado for me. I'm on it.
All right, so we got Colorado. We have American and Villanova. I was kind of eyeing the over in that one, although I don't want to get greedy and just take it. But American has a new coach who says he wants to push the pace.
Wait, American has a new coach? You mean the president, Nick? Joe Biden?
Yeah, Joe Biden is actually resigned from the White House and is coaching basketball.
See, Ryan, if you're gonna laugh at these jokes, I will continue to make them. Like, if no one laughs, then you'll never get a dad joke again. So
Yep.
I mean, you have to. Like, it's the rite of passage. Like, are you wearing New Balances with tall white socks now?
Hey, apparently, New Balance sponsors Jamal Murray, so I don't know what that
Oh,
means.
wow. So Jamal Murray is a dad?
Well, he's the Lakers.
He's the Lakers' dad. Oh,
Beat you
Are America's team St. Peter's plays at 7:30 Eastern time?
the Peacocks.
Seton Hall. Yeah, Seton Hall, 17.5 point spread.
I don't want to touch that game.
126.5 over, under.
UMBC's up too. Upset alert.
Uh-oh.
Upset alert. First upset of the day.
9 minutes in, but
Oh, here. You want a team that I want to put on upset alert right now?
I know what you're gonna say.
Did you watch me on the surgical stream today?
No, I was gonna say UNC.
No. I mean, they're playing
Okay.
already. I have no idea what the score is, but they're
It's tied
It's
up.
23-23.
with Radford.
Oh, 25-22.
Yeah, Radford's on fire for
I
deep.
told you, Ben. After you had already bet it.
Nick, we're 8 minutes in. And they're
Yeah,
up by
but
3.
it's already a guaranteed win for Radford. Nobody has ever been not covering 8 minutes into a game and then come back and cover the spread.
Yeah, try 8
It's
minutes
just a
left
fact.
in the game. I had one of those last year. That was fun.
Uh-huh.
I forget who that was, but that was great. I mean, you bet enough. You'll have plenty of those.
Yeah, but this strategy is good. No, so team that I want to put on upset alert later on is Wisconsin.
Ooh.
Of course it's Wisconsin. Let's see. Do I have them in my parlay?
Who do they play?
I do have them in my parlay.
They are hosting Arkansas State. And so
That is-
Arkansas State was bad last year. They finished 287 in Ken Palm.
Sheesh.
But I don't know. I was looking at the makeup of this team this year. New coach, looks like a good amount of talent on the roster, and Wisconsin. It's just like the same mid team that they had last year.
It's kind of scary because that's the longest or shortest odds that I have on my parlay. Minus 1,700. You think it's gonna miss? You think that's gonna be it?
We'll see.
No, you'll have another one that loses for.
But yeah, so here's what this roster looks like. So new head coach was an assistant for Nate Oates at Alabama his entire time there, and also when Nate Oates was at Buffalo. So he's a Nate Oates disciple through and through. So we're gonna see tempo, we're gonna see 3-pointers, all that jazz.
That's how you upset a team right there.
They've got LaQuill Hardnett, who is at Buffalo. Who is a nice forward. They've got other good forwards. Guy transferred in from UMass, who's like 6'9", scored 9 points a game, 39% from three. Another guy on the roster scored I guess not a lot last year, but the coach loves him. They've got a former top 100 recruit transferring in from Arkansas, who didn't play at Arkansas, but is a guy with a lot of pedigree, bunch of other shooters on the roster. Against a Wisconsin team that's like gonna play slow, isn't very good offensively.
What's the spread?
So it was like 15.5 yesterday when I identified it. It's like 13.5 now.
So Wisconsin's going to score 57.
Yeah, and then is that going to be enough? I don't know.
Also, about to move to 2-0 on system plays here.
For with Purdue?
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it, though. But they went on a fucking tear. They're at 44 with 4 minutes left. So they must have scored like 10 points in like a minute, basically.
Nice.
I'm not watching, though, but...
Also, another team maybe on upset alert. I mean, probably not actually on upset alert, but Miami. Only up... Oh, I guess they're up 9 now. But they were up only by 4 points against NJIT. 10 minutes into the game.
What was the Duquesne spread, Nick?
10.
Okay. I was thinking about taking them live, but it's 9. So
yeah.
It's tight right now.
I honestly, I think that was a little bit of a forced step. I mean, although at the same time, actually, Cleveland State, they have, so 13 of their points, of their 23 points are from one guy, and that guy has 3 fouls right now.
Oh, shit.
He's staying out there or what?
I have no idea.
Also on PointsBet, it has F. Dickinson. It just
I know. I saw that too. F. Dickinson, man.
Like, usually they put far. They say like far Dick.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they ran out of whatever.
All right, so let's see. So I'm taking a look at all my bets right now. So I've got the over 144 in NJIT and Miami. I can't find a live line. It's probably up somewhere. But 49 points in 12 minutes. I'm reasonably happy with that. Penn State, Delaware State under 18-6 right now. 8:42 left. I love Delaware State having 6 points right now. Duquesne is up 2 over Cleveland State. Winthrop is down 8 to Clemson. I need plus 14.5. Charleston is up 3. I need minus 7.
Wait, Duquesne
Pitt
is
up 12.
Duquesne is the spot you said that Cleveland State has the guy in foul trouble?
Oh, he's actually only has 2. It just got updated.
Okay, I'll wait.
They might have reassigned one. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't bet on that info, especially like box scores might be wonky.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of books will literally say like, "Hey, like this information could be inaccurate."
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny.
Radford upsetting UNC.
Yeah, they're up 3. Doesn't it seem like Baycott has played like 7 years?
Yeah, he's actually been at UNC since Michael Jordan was there.
He's played with a lot of good players.
Yep.
Ooh, that was on this block.
Honestly, the move in Radford UNC was probably the over. I have my notes for Radford UNC. My notes also got progressively shorter as the slate went on. It was one of the first games. I said, tough game. Radford is really good. UNC was underwhelming last year. Radford plays so. UNC vowing to push the pace this year. Over, question mark. 19, too many points. Wanted Radford in the 20s. Pitt looks good, right, Chelly? Pitt looks great.
What's up, Charlie?
Chelly, you want to hop on the stream? Play some college basketball? Since we know you're not in the NHL lab.
Well, why do you say that?
I don't know. Chelly like egoed the surgical stream. Just like didn't show up and then like dropped his prize picks entry.
No, I saw that and everyone was like, "What the fuck, man?" That was pretty funny. And I said, "Man, we got kids to feed around here."
Yeah, also because he's here. Also, Chelly, Penn State looks great right now. 23-6 over a dog shit Delaware State team. They're like the same right now. 23-6, 23-9.
Ooh, Bake. Ooh.
What's Baycott doing?
I think they call a foul.
80 at the line, you need both, says Heisenberg.
Ooh. Edie's pretty good for a big guy.
Yeah, for a big guy.
See, I deserve this sweat because it was on pace to go to like 45 or 55, and now
Yeah,
it's a sweat.
didn't they have like 44 with 3.5
Yeah.
minutes left?
Yeah.
45?
They slowed down.
They had 47 with 3:26
Okay,
left.
we're good. We cashed.
We cashed. All
Yeah.
right. Good for you.
2-0, baby.
I
On
did
this, at least.
forget. I was scrolling,
I'll be right back.
and I saw Edie under 12.5 plus 100 on rebounds, and I did take it because I'm crazy. I like a sweat, and I was assuming that Samford would get blown out. I know college doesn't really rest guys, but at a certain point, there's a time that you sit your guys down, and he has 5 rebounds at the half, so feel pretty good at it.
Yep. You know what? You know what I love about college basketball is how many players have the same first name and last name. Like, there's a dude on Pitt named Federico. And there's like the guy named Acock, which is like just the best name ever. And there's a dude on who is it on Samford named Acor, like Achor, both times.
Yeah,
There's like
that's funny.
there's so many of them. It's great. Mercer on upset watch against Clark Atlanta.
Clark Atlanta.
Yes, the Clark Atlanta Panthers, which sounds like a high school. And honestly, their logo looks like
The-
a high school logo.
That does sound like a high school.
Clark Atlanta.
Yeah, up 21-15 over Mercer. Let's take a look. Clark Atlanta. So here, we're gonna play a game, okay? Ben and Ryan, both of you, guess the enrollment of Clark Atlanta University right now.
2,000.
They're Division One. So
No, they're not Division One.
They're at least.
Oh, they're
2-2.
not Division. Oh,
I don't know where they are.
2450.
Oh, I actually have 3,376 people, which is more than I thought.
Is it in Atlanta?
Yeah.
I've heard of this school before.
Yeah, they're a D2 school. I was like, it's like sometimes there's like these random ass schools that have like 80 people that go to them.
Like, what's that one school?
The one in like Idaho.
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
like,
wait.
Some random Bible college or something.
I thought when the season starts, they don't play D2 schools.
No, they will.
Do they?
Yeah, they'll play
they will.
D2 schools. They'll play D3 schools. They'll play like
NAIA.
NAIA schools.
Yeah.
I thought that was just for like charity stuff.
I mean, it kind of is
kind of is.
supposed to be, but like a lot of times there'll be situations where if teams are like trying to schedule like another team during the summer and they can't make it happen, they'll pay an in-state school and they'll be like, hey, we'll pay you 20 grand to come, and like 99 times out of 100 they're like yes.
Yeah,
because that's
State,
schools
Michigan.
schools have to do that to
Yeah.
make money.
So Sam says, thoughts on the UAB game? I lean the over.
Ooh, what time does that start? I think it's
UAB
sooner.
Puck drop is at 6 our time, so 8 o'clock Eastern.
Okay, because Corby, who's coming on later, he might. No, he's not at the game, but he goes to a lot of those games. He's a UAB guy.
Nice.
But
yeah, I was looking a little bit. I mean, so Bradley was a solid team last year, but they had some roster turnover. UAB also had some roster turnover, like a lot of roster turnover actually. So it was just like a tough thing for me to get a grip on.
damn, I was gonna play Toledo. Didn't do it.
I was gonna play Toledo too. That was one that moved. I had them. My notes from last night said Toledo minus 13, and that was it. And then it was like 15.5 today, and I was like,
Yeah, they're at 15 right now with like 8 minutes left in the first.
yeah, Toledo's gonna be
Ooh,
good.
that's 8 fouls. I might play Toledo. Let me see what the team total's at. I like that pace too.
Oh, also Ohio State on upset watch right now. Down 4 to Oakland.
Wow. Trash school, I guess.
Oh, for sure. Maybe they should have tried stealing their signs.
Honestly, just put me in.
It's true.
All right, let's take a look at this. The 8 o'clock Eastern slate. So I'm just gonna read through the games. If either of you have anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna kind of blitz through them. Oklahoma and Central Michigan. I got nothing here,
Nothing.
but the game is happening. FIU and UCF. I also have nothing there. Little Rock
Nothing.
and Texas State.
Ooh, I might actually have Do I have an over in that game? No. Continue.
Kentucky and New Mexico State. New Mexico State, weird team this year.
It's like all new. It's literally everyone's new.
After like everything that happened last year.
By the way, Toledo over 50.5 official play.
System play.
Yeah, locking it in. Okay.
I'm staying the fuck away from that game.
Yeah, I'm staying away. It's going to be funny because Kentucky probably wins by 20, but whatever.
We've got Minnesota and Bethune-Cookman. Northwestern and Binghamton.
Nothing.
Kansas and UNC Central.
I lean Kansas pretty heavily.
It's actually probably not even UNC Central. It's just North Carolina Central.
Yeah, I didn't bet that, but did any of you guys have anything in that one?
No. NC Central was like not blatantly, obviously terrible. So I wasn't just going to blindly lay 30 there, even though Kansas should be really good. Missouri and Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Nothing.
Texas and Virginia Tech and Coppin State. I've got the Hokies.
What number?
28.5 or 28, depending on where you're looking.
Okay. Yeah, I have nothing.
Texas.
But I
and
might
Incarnate
tell you.
Word.
Texas, Incarnate Word, nothing in that one.
Arkansas and Alcorn State. There's a lot of like. Okay, so all of these games that I've read and the next one that I'm about to read, 4 of the 5 have a spread at exactly 28 points. Funny coincidence. Was that LSU and Mississippi Valley State?
Nothing,
UNB
but I kind of wanted to take over in that, but I didn't do it.
Oh, and then here's an interesting one. How about UT Arlington and Oral Roberts? Ben, what are your Ben is interested by Oral Roberts.
But Oral Roberts doesn't have what's his face, right?
Yeah, Ace Smith is gone. Vanover's gone.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? This is like
Who
been a
knows?
classic Ben Mountain Time Zone wagon.
Yeah, especially the year before last too. Last year it started to get a little too trendy, but I have no clue what like half of those guys. I'm like, I don't even know anything about them. I haven't watched them play, so might have to feel it out a little bit.
Yeah, Carly's got it right. Oral Mondays. Illinois and Eastern Illinois, Ole Miss, Alabama State, more just like crazy games, crazy spreads. UTSA and Western Illinois. Western Illinois losing a bunch of dudes.
I was looking at UTSA. I don't think I fired on it though.
Yeah, I was also
Just
looking at
because
UTSA because what's his face? Massner's gone.
Yeah.
From Western Illinois, who's been just like one of the best mid-major players the last few years. Butler and Eastern Michigan. This is one that I'm firing up.
Ooh, tell me more.
I want Butler. So Eastern Michigan, obviously they were like an occasional train wreck last year with Imani Bates, but he's gone.
Yes.
Noah Farrakhan is gone, and they didn't really like bring anybody in. Let's take a look at Eastern Michigan's roster this year. Yeah, so Bates is gone. Noah Farrakhan is gone. They have Tyson Acuff, who is back. Scored 14.3 points per game for them last year. I think his, I'm assuming at least his dad is the Lipscomb head coach. Has the same last name.
Well, you're probably right because what's the last name?
Acuff. Acuff. I've never heard of anybody else
It's
aside
not
from
like
those two
Smith.
people with that name. Yeah.
Yeah. You never know though.
No, you never know.
He's like, Dad?
Yeah, but they just have like a bunch of people who were on a shit team last year. And they brought in like a dude who played 19 minutes a game at Binghamton last year. A Georgia Tech transfer who played 2.6 minutes a game. An Illinois transfer who played 3.8 minutes a game. And then like some freshmen.
Providence in the bonus, by the way.
System play?
Nick, you know what I feel like? Have you ever been to a fast food restaurant where they're like, number 8, large, and the little mic? You guys know
Yeah.
Number 8, large. That's how I felt. Providence, bonus. 8 minutes left.
Yep.
I gotta find the number though.
But yeah, and so Butler, They were like kind of up and down last year. Big roster overhaul this year. Thad Matta's second year, but they bring in a lot of good players. So like Posh Alexander from St. John's is in. Oh, and no, we are not brothers, even though we both have mustaches. And people think that we're brothers like weirdly often.
Because we're two white guys with mustaches? That sounds
Why,
like
you
racist.
too?
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't even look alike.
It's because we have mustaches.
Yeah. But yeah, so they have Posh Alexander. They have DJ Davis, who played at what's it called, UC Irvine last year, one of the better mid-major teams, who averaged 15 points a game for them, shot 40% from three. Brought in Jameel Telfort, who scored 16 points a game at Northeastern last year. Bunch of other dudes. They Andre Screen, who probably doesn't even start for them, but was like one of my favorite players at Bucknell.
36.5 is the number, by the way.
For Providence. That's
Yeah.
a system play.
System play.
Yeah. But I like the look of this Butler team. There's just so many guys who are proven scorers.
All right.
So
I like it.
I'm going to be on Butler. We got Xavier and Robert Morris. I'm off that. I kind of liked Robert Morris at times last year, but I think they turned over a lot of the roster. Like one of the best names in college basketball is gone, Enoch Cheeks. He's still playing for somebody.
You sure he didn't transfer to Oral?
No, Cheeks is not at Oral this year.
By the way, UMBC's up 9.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, that makes me kind of happy. I think we're going to get a lot of value betting against UMBC.
Yeah, actually, this is perfect because everyone's going to be like, wow, they may have another shot to upset someone in the tournament, and then they'll play. Like, I'm going to pull it up.
It's definitely much more of a Louisville is terrible as opposed to UMBC is good.
I totally agree. I mean, that's I faded.
Yeah. So there's a bunch more games. One other game that I'm gonna have some action in is Elon and Wake Forest, and I'm taking the over in that game. So Elon was horrific last year. They finished the year ranked number 337 in KenPom. I think they started out the season like 1-20, but kind of came on a little bit down the stretch. Returned a bunch of guys. They had issues with depth last year, so they played super slow. But they have depth this year, and the coach said like, now that we have guys, we want to push tempo. And Wake Forest brings back a lot of guys who can score. Added some more guys who can score. And I don't think Elon has like the defensive abilities to stop them at all. So give me the over in Wake Forest and Elon, along with Butler minus 16. So those two plus Virginia Tech. That's going to be my action in the 8:00 Eastern slate. Oh, also actually no, there's one more, which is what's it called? Arkansas State.
Oh, you're on Arkansas State?
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna do a little sprinkle on the ML as well.
Nice. I'm on the over. I feel like those two are kind of correlated.
Yeah, which is like almost weird to say.
Right, because usually the dog is
Yeah, you want the under for the dog.
But Wisconsin pace is just
abysmal.
Yeah.
Carly
wants me to place. I'm gonna just butcher the pronunciation of her school as often as I can in different ways.
Marist.
She wants me to place the Marist ML button.
By the way, UMBC plays them next game.
Do we have like any research on that? Because I did have, just by looking at it, I kind of liked Army as the 1-point dog, but just quickly looking at it, but I literally have no idea. So
I didn't look at that. Army's been a weird team for me. They've never made the tournament too. It's kind of funny.
Right up there with IUPUI.
Yep. Though they did beat Air Force in football. Did not see that one coming.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. I mean, I thought Air Force was the destiny team for the academies, and they were just going to – I mean, like, they can throw too, which was crazy. You know, can throw pretty well, and I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. It's going to happen. Army's going to finish 12-0.
They had
Air Force is going to finish 12-0.
They had 6 turnovers and then like 3 turnover on down. So
They scored like 3 points, right?
I think they might have scored a touchdown at the end. No, I think you might be right because I had the under and somehow it still hit.
Like 23-3 or something crazy. All right, well, I'm going to hop off.
All right.
Good luck.
All right, man.
Appreciate you hopping on, Ryan. Good luck with your
These
25
two
legger.
guys,
Hopefully,
I'll let you know. But these two are smarter than me, so listen to them.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen now. You're going to hit this 25 legger, and then we do another college basketball stream, and people are going to be like, hey, where's that Ryan guy who hit that 25 legger?
Yeah, he's just going to
We'll have to bring
disappear
him back
into the
on.
night. He's going to take his 50K and retire.
There he goes. He's gone.
Yep, never to be seen again.
There was a funny moment in that Panthers game where they were talking about CJ Stroud just having such a good game, and like the announcers were talking about it, and then the next play was like an interception by Bryce Young. Couldn't script that any better because the guy had 2 pick sixes, Nick, from the Colts, and he has 6 sisters, and like 4 of them were at the game, so they all got to see him get 2 pick sixes.
Nice.
They were going crazy in the stands.
W content.
All right, let's see. I got 49 points in the Toledo game. I need 3 more points in 2 minutes. Air Force does play tonight, Nick. Oh, thoughts on that game, Nick? Because it's actually kind of a weird game. And before I tell you what I think, I want to hear what you have to say about Portland State and Air Force.
Hold on 1 second. I need to tweet out my plays.
Okay. Yeah, Portland State, it's on the road, so it is in the elevation. But Air Force, I'm pretty sure they don't have any transfers because that's the whole thing with Air Force. There might be maybe one, but I don't think I think all the players they get either stay or they...
Well, so their best player transferred out.
Yeah, but they don't really take transfers in, right?
No. Let's take a look. So they're what do we got? Yeah, so Heidbreder transferred away. They have nobody aside from freshmen transferring in. I guess it's like you can't transfer into the Air Force Academy.
Yeah. So Portland State brings back a lot of their guys, and I know it's like, okay, like what does that really mean? But I will say, offensively, Portland State was pretty solid last year. They just didn't play any defense, but they also got 2 good transfers, Nick, or I should say decent for Big Sky. I would have to go look at who they were, but I don't know. It could be a sneaky spot for Portland State. I mean, I don't know if Air Force is going to be any good this year.
I mean, I detest Air Force basketball.
Yeah.
It like irrationally so. But I can't stand him. I can't stand him. So yeah, so Portland State brought in KJ Allen from Texas Tech. Played 9.3 minutes a game. 2.4 points per game. 6'6" forward. And they brought in a center from South Carolina, Trayvon Minott. Minott, who played like 2 minutes a game.
Damn.
So guys who were at Power 5 conferences, but like didn't really play. Toledo's at 51.
This one's gonna be dicey. I need one more basket. Do they score at the buzzer? No. I think that one lost. So what are we at? 2-1 now. Oh wait, 5 seconds left. Don't call it over until it's over.
Plenty of time.
End a half. But this other one is looking decent. Providence has 32. They need 37 with 4 minutes left. So
Oh yeah, that's looking good.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do a quick recap on my action right now, and then I'm
Can
gonna
we-
run to the bathroom real quick.
Real quick, can I just give this guy the NFL bet I like?
Oh, yeah.
Starts? I like Quentin Johnson over receptions. So pretty simple. That's all.
Oh, also, let me just add a banner.
Yeah, so you can put all our plays.
Yeah. So I have NJIT Miami.
Wow. Toledo was 1 for 4 from the free throw line, and they were probably all 1-on-1s.
Oh, that's rough.
But see, if it has to lose that way, it's like you live with that, I guess.
I suppose, yeah.
I mean, it hurts, but damn, Delaware's up 45-25. 44-25 on Bucknell at half.
Oh, sorry, what's the score?
44-25.
44-25. I had the over listed as like a lean that I didn't quite fire up in that one.
Damn. Toledo had 45 points with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Oh, well. We move. Okay. Providence needs 4 more points in 4 minutes.
Yeah, also what are you on right now?
Let's see.
Not live bets, just like bets.
Yeah, a lot of these are at half. Let me pull it up.
I'll add them to the ticker.
So, UMBC plus 11.
Yep.
Tarleton, Virginia over 122.5.
Is that underway or starting in 4 minutes, or is it?
All these are half.
Okay.
These ones I'm giving you. That's a half. Colgate -6. That's a half.
Yep.
UNC -18. Half. Damn. Dayton -15. That's a half. Dayton's looking like shit. Colorado. This one has 12 minutes left, but -14. Far Dick and Buffalo over 147.
Okay, hold on. Actually, we don't have enough characters in this banner.
Oh, that's fine.
No, I could just make it in Streamlabs.
Or you could just abbreviate more.
I everything's abbreviated. Okay, hold on. So you've got Colorado, and then what's next?
Colorado, Fairleigh Dickinson, and Buffalo over 147. That had some weird steam. Like right before the game started, it dropped. And American and Nova under 137.5. That's it.
All right, W, let's go.
Providence at Providence. Ooh, damn. Colorado's up by 12 with 10 minutes into the game. Yeah, this is the most hype Colorado has had in a while, so I really hope they hold up and have a good season. God, there's so many games.
I know.
I can't even find the one I'm looking for.
I'm feeling pretty good so far. So that random ass NJIT Miami over 84 points in the first half. Total was 144. So I need like 61 to cash in the second half.
Nice.
The Delaware State Penn State 39-18 at half. I guess Penn State actually scored a lot of points down the stretch. But that's 57. So I need under 136 and a half. Feeling pretty good there too. Duquesne. I knew I shouldn't have forced Duquesne. I like the Duquesne team, but the matchup was like, they're down 3. I need -10.
Is that guy in foul trouble?
No.
Still not it.
No, I think nobody's got more than 2.
Also, Providence cash, so 3-1. Damn.
Let's go.
It'd be nice to be 4-0 in that, but
yeah.
Now we're getting greedy.
Also, Pitt is up 50-15 at halftime.
Sheesh.
Yes, that is indeed a sheesh.
Shout out to whoever told me that Providence was in the bonus too.
Also, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Okay.
Okay. Who was it? Who told me? It was Sam. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. That was easy money. They're at 40 with a minute and a half to go. Nice. Let's see here. See if we can find some others. I always will look at the board around like the 10-minute mark because that's typically when you start to see them. All these games are in the second. What about Colorado? Ooh, Towson has 5, so this one could be getting pretty close. Let's pull this up. 5 fouls. Colorado's up 16-6. And I kind of want a middle. Take Towson plus 20. But I'm not watching, so it's hard to say if it's actually a game that Colorado can just pull away with. Let's see. Colorado. I think they're in the bonus. Yeah, CDS, I'm on UNC, so I mean, I like how they went up a few points at half. Definitely not counting that one out. Hold on. Colorado. I swear they're in the bonus. It's 6 fouls, so the next one. Okay, so Colorado, let's see what the team total's at. 32.5. Yes. Actually, yes. All right, 32.5. Colorado, 32.5. System play, system play.
Love a good system play.
Mm-hmm. The Ramblin' Gambler. Celtics first half.
All right. I need a first touchdown scorer in this NFL game.
First touchdown scorer.
Just for fun. To use my $3 points bet free bet.
Do I kind of feel like you should do someone not on the Chargers.
It's like Garrett Wilson.
Ooh, what about Conklin?
Conklin. Let's go Conklin.
I mean, Conklin and Wilson, they have somewhat of a connection chemistry from years past, but
Conklin is placed.
Alrighty.
Not overthinking it. Also not underthinking it. Just not thinking it at all.
not thinking it. Yeah, those are the best when they hit because you're like, that was easy.
Yeah. Where's my Staples button?
All right, let's see here.
I think that these NJIT overs are going to be a wagon the first couple weeks of the season.
They play fast and they don't play D, huh?
Yeah. They've played 22 and a half minutes of basketball. Miami has taken 45 field goal attempts. NJIT has taken 38 field goal attempts. Just everyone's flying up and down the court. It's like no fouls. It's been like 6 total free throws, but like 39 3-point attempts.
Wow. It's like
Just firing.
Mississippi Valley State back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, let's see. So we got 6 o'clock games underway.
Kansas 7-0.
I need a what box?
Nice early touchdown with a minute in.
Yep. Uh-oh, Wisconsin's up 1-0 already.
Oh, what?
GG's.
Oh, it's
Upset is
fucking
dead.
shock, man.
Yeah, another game I was looking at that I didn't end up betting was Georgia State plus the points against Belmont, or even taking the upset. They're up 5.
Georgia State.
Yeah.
Belmont's down this year, huh?
Yeah, I mean they should still be like good, but definitely
tournament
not
good, though.
like as obviously talented as Belmont teams of the past have been. And they develop players well, so there's every chance that they'll end up good.
Nick, did you get a lot of followers from that post, by the way?
I got so many followers from that post. That was ridiculous.
Dude, I've never. It's crazy. Kyle Hunter was like, "Thanks, man," and I was like, "Dude, I got a lot too." So I guess shout out Elon for making the algorithm work for once.
Yeah, no, it's my notifications says last person who followed me and 73 others followed you.
Nice.
I was like, hell yeah. W engagement.
Okay.
And
I
that
think,
post didn't even go like crazy engagement wise.
Yeah, no,
It was just
it's
like everybody who clicked it was following people.
Yeah, I was like, here's some people to follow. Cool. All right. I think Jim is ready here.
Okay, yeah, if you want to shoot him the link.
Yeah, let me see here. It's on Discord. Let's see. Copy. My brain is trying to do like so many things at once.
Yep.
Oh, damn, Colorado.
That's not the game I was looking at. Oh. There's so many games. Why can't I just have like unlimited bankroll? Where's the TikTok content? I just didn't have enough time, Heisenberg.
He didn't say he was going to go do one every day.
Oh, I mean, I should have done them today because I had a lot of teams that I was like, oh yeah, this
was probably a good one to do too.
Yeah. It's like early in the season is definitely the move.
All right, Colorado 21 on pace. Oh my God, this Pacers are winning. God, the NBA is so weird. Oh man, good old NBA.
We love the NBA. Most predictable sport.
Yeah.
Oh, also Ben, do you remember one of my random goats from last year, Weeza Panzo?
Time out. It's Marist, right?
Marist.
Oh yeah.
I'll only try to pronounce it correctly if Carly's not here.
All right, I sent him the link, so we'll see when he comes in.
Alrighty.
I think I said around.
Yep, there he is. Jim,
what's
hello.
up?
What's happening, fellas?
Not much, man. Trying to watch like I don't know how many. We're not like watching them, but watching this goes on a lot. How are you doing?
Yeah, same. I keep trying to figure out how my gambling night is going, and I'm like, I have 40 bets. Stop checking 4 of them. Doesn't matter. Just figure it out later.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it goes, especially so early in the season. Like I feel like after a couple weeks, you kind of get into the groove when you've got too many bets and like how to follow along. But like I feel rusty.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know what I'm doing. It's trying to pull up games, and I'm in the wrong app. It's a disaster over here right now.
Yeah, so we're on quite a few different ones, but yeah, same type of thing. It's just there's a lot. It's kind of like in the last 5 minutes, I guess I'll look at some of these games that are at half and just to see where I'm at. But one in particular, though, I'm on is Colorado. Looks like they got off to a pretty hot start.
I like to hear that. Towson going west to the elevation. I was kind of thinking the same thing. Colorado's really good in their exhibition too, and they kind of have the physicality to compete with Towson up front. And that's like Towson's whole game. So I was with you. I'm riding with the Buffs tonight as well.
Nice.
So what else are you on right now?
Big one I'm monitoring that's actually getting close to the end is Tennessee. I got a decent number on it, but they're just kind of playing with their food in the second half. Got up, I think it was 29 at halftime, and then they're only up 32 right now. So I would prefer that they extend a little more, but Tennessee Tech can't score, but Tennessee's offense maybe is not as fixed as we thought it was after the exhibition at Michigan State where they put up like 90.
Yeah,
what was the number?
I was eyeing that one too. Yeah, I saw it at 26.5.
That's what I got. I got all the way to 32 and a half.
And
I said to a couple people, even on a show earlier this week, like, oh, if you get under 30, I think you're okay. I didn't think it would go to 32 and a half. Everybody apparently saw what Tennessee Tech did in preseason, lost by 39 to Austin P and jumped all over that one, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, let me just finish my research in the morning. Nothing's going to move like crazy on the first day, right?
Yeah.
And then I see Tennessee at 32, and I'm like, well, I'm out.
Yeah, and some of the totals just like moved 6 points or something. So, yeah, every time I see one bet I have going well, I notice like 2 others that aren't. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't get optimistic yet. Just let's let the dust settle before we make any grand sweeping generalizations about how the night's going.
So, Jim, I know this is your first time on our stream here. Why don't you let everyone know just a little bit about yourself, what work you do, and all that good stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Name's Jim Root. I work for Three Man Weave, a company I started with two of my buddies. It's just a hobby website about 8 years ago, 2015. Wrote previews about every team, and it just kind of eventually turned into a podcast. And then we did some shows and got some breaks working with like Action Network and Field of 68. So it's just been a slow build as a college basketball junkie, turning a hobby into something of a job. Definitely reliant on gambling for some of my income, but I was able to quit being a CPA, so I'm happy enough to be living in the college hoops world, the sports world, as much as possible right now. And yeah, 113 line games on day one is a heck of a way to jump into the deep end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually super excited to see that you were coming on. So Three Man Weave has been like my go-to resource, especially early in the season with so much roster turnover. Going on 4 years now. Bought the almanac the last couple of years. Chat, everyone go buy the almanac. It's a phenomenal resource.
Do it.
Unironically,
Do as he says.
we have no promo code.
Yeah.
Just go buy it. It's great. Support them.
Yeah,
But
appreciate
yeah,
that.
it's I have like several tabs of it up every day. The first
Yeah,
couple months of the season.
and like I worked on it, and so you'd think like, oh, you probably like you know what all's in there. Like, no, I pull it up a bunch too, especially like I go through box scores, and it's easy way to reference with the roster tables that are in there for every team. Like, oh, the starter didn't play. What's going on? Immediately search for an injury or something, or it just kind of gives you a heads up if maybe something doesn't align there. I found it really, really useful even for teams I didn't write. So as somebody that worked on it, it's not just bias. It actually has helped me in terms of making betting decisions.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal resource. Definitely, it actually informed a lot of my bets today.
Well, then
like,
now they got to win. You got to tell people they all won.
Exactly. Like there's teams I knew next to nothing about that I have bets on games involving them based on things that I learned. Reading them like I'm on the over in Miami and NJIT right now.
Hey, good first half for you, I think.
Yeah, and good start to the second half too. But
Nice.
just
Looking
at the reading about the new coach that NJIT brought in, looking at the fact that they've got some young sharpshooters on the team. I was feeling some pace. I was feeling some efficiency here.
Miami's general lack of defense in these bye games usually helps them out. I remember last year we were on a Cornell over versus Miami, and they had like 110 points in the first half. It was like 60-50 at halftime. We're like, oh, yeah, I could go for all bets being like this and not really even have to look at the second half.
Yeah, we're sitting at 105 points right now with 15 minutes to play.
Beautiful. Love that.
I love that.
Tennessee extended to 39, so we're happy about that.
Nice.
See it. Yeah. Let's see.
So Tennessee, man, they took my dude Don't Connect, man, from my alma mater, man. I was so sad to hear that, but a few weeks before that, I heard like the rumors were like he's for sure gone, and it was one of those things where the coaches were just like, "Yeah, we don't blame you," and they supported him, but it just sucks. Like, I mean, I'm hearing he could go like top 20 in the draft next year, and I'm like, geez, he was in Greeley,
Yeah, right.
But that's how it is these days.
Yeah, if he figures out the defense there and he's got a heck of a coach to teach it, I mean, the offense is clearly there. And I think that dunk he had against Michigan State in the exhibition just opened so many eyes. Like, oh, no, this isn't a guy coming from Northern Colorado that's just a standstill shooter. Like, he's got some athletic pop. He can get up. He'll give it to you. And I think he's having a pretty good night. I saw he had like 14 in the first half. I'm not sure exactly how many he has now, but he was a really, really good pickup for them. I was kind of skeptical. I was wondering if Barnes would play a guy who has defensive question marks, but it seems like either he's gotten good enough defensively or Barnes is ready to admit maybe he needs more offensive pop on the floor.
Yeah, last season he had a highlight dunk very similar to what he did in that expedition game, but even I at that point in time was a little surprised. I was like, I didn't know he could get up like that. And but good for him, though. I hope Tennessee – I'm going to have to cheer for him now just moving forward naturally. So,
and even speaking of that, guys that I didn't know could get up like that, Brennan Rigsby for Oregon had a dunk in the open floor against Georgia that, like, he was a guy that I thought was, like, more the standstill shooter kind of dude and kind of put it down on Russell Chiwa for Georgia and was like, oh, all right. So not only does he have bounce, he also just has a little bit of an FU attitude going. You can see it, like, kind of sending a message to the opposing team. I think it started like a 12-0 run for him. So Sometimes having that guy and a guy that you're not expecting to do it can actually give you a ton of momentum. I think that really helped Oregon put that game away.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. Like, just a lot of shooting, a lot of fast pace, not a lot of defense. But Oregon looked pretty good.
Yeah, their bigs are huge. When they play Dante and Biddle together, I mean, I think they had 39 rebounds in the first half. I was like, I mean, that's a lot of missed shots, but B, like, they have the size to just completely dominate a fellow power conference team. Like, it's not like they're doing this to a small conference 6'7" front line. Like, these 6'9", 6'10" guys from Georgia didn't even have a chance. So yeah, I was very impressed with the front line of Oregon. Their guard decision making still makes me a little nervous, but they were missing Shellstad, the freshman point guard, who I think is actually going to be a really big piece for them because he's kind of that calming influence, smart decision maker. I mean, he's a freshman, so he'll go through some ups and downs, but I'm excited to see him out there with those guys.
Who are some of the other teams that you would say are under the radar that you've been talking about on shows, or just think are going to make a run or maybe make the tournament, or in their conferences if they're a smaller conference?
Texas Tech's one I've been beating the drum for. I just love the coaching hire that they made, bringing in Grant McCaslin from North Texas. He's won everywhere he's been. Really, really great, smart defensive mind. And he brought in some guys that can defend. Warren Washington, the center, Darian Williams from Nevada, Cambridge from Arizona State. Like, I think the pieces make sense for that. And then he also hired, I believe the coach's last name is Smart, from Carleton University. It's up in Canada. It's the one that everybody loses to when they play their off-season foreign tours up in Canada. And he'd won like 85% of his games up there, like 12 national championships in Canada, something like that. And so I think he's a really, really intelligent mind. Also put that together with McCaslin, so smart staff, a roster that I think is maybe a little underrated. So I think that team's going to be awesome defensively. It's just as long as they can figure out how to score, which, they'll have some ups and downs, but I definitely think Texas Tech is one of those teams. I also really like Utah. I didn't have the guts to bet them tonight. Eastern Washington was so good last year, and I respect their coach. But it's a little bit like the Colorado one, where they've got a real nice home court advantage because the elevation teams sometimes don't really love playing there. And I love their big man combo. They grabbed Lawson Lovering from Colorado, a 7-footer to pair with Carlson, the 7-footer that's already there. And usually that doesn't really work playing those guys together, but Carlson's figured out how to step out and hit threes. I think he hit like more than one per game last year at a decent rate. So they've got big time size. They can space a little bit. I wish they had gotten a waiver for Davon Smith, the point guard that came over from Georgia Tech, but Riley Worcester does a pretty solid job. He's just not quite as dynamic athletically. Their weakness is some of that wing backcourt athleticism, like getting rim pressure out of those guys. But they're really well coached. Craig Smith did great things at Utah State. I think they're going to be rock solid, and that home court edge will give them enough. I have them making the tournament, just barely sneaking in.
Yeah, when Lovering went to Utah, people in Boulder were like, "Isn't Utah our like quote unquote like our fake rival these days?" Because he transferred over there, so they were like making a fake big deal out of it for a few days, and then they just kind of forgot about it. But
yeah, those intra-conference transfers are strange. There were a bunch of them in the SEC and a decent amount in the ACC this year too, like Joe Girard from Syracuse to Clemson, Jack Clark, NC State to Clemson. So I guess Clemson's kind of cornering the market on them. But yeah, I'm always a little bit surprised to see those. I guess maybe there's some familiarity, like you play against the team, so you know.
Yeah,
what
I
you're
guess
getting
it's
into.
easy for the coach to just say like, "Hey, you've seen our facilities, like."
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have to really sell you on a lot.
I promise you, our home
So, like,
locker rooms are nicer than the road locker rooms. That kind of thing.
Yeah. It must be that, because you would think that wouldn't happen as often, but I mean, at this point, it seems like it's just the wild, wild west these days with the transfer portal. So,
yeah. Well, there's some like conferences that have weird rules, like the SoCon. You have to sit if you transfer in between schools, because Honor Huff had to do that at Chattanooga, and I didn't know, but the SEC has like its own portal deadline where like Alan Flanagan entered late and ended up needing a waiver, and I think everybody signed off on it, but like he was in the portal in time for general transfers, but for SEC it was late, and for him to get eligible at Ole Miss, they needed to like go through that whole process. And I'm glad he got it, because I think it's silly for a conference to have stricter rules than the NCAA, but just like some of these small things I wasn't even aware of going into the offseason and having to figure out as the rosters all come together in the fall.
Yeah, it also seems like some of the smaller conferences in the Northeast, there's just like tons and tons and tons of movement of like players and especially coaches.
Yes.
Between the schools. It's like there's like back and forth and back and forth. Just like the same couple guys at the same couple schools.
Yeah, one of the fun ones is John Gallagher at Manhattan. Like, he was just at Hartford. They get sent down to D3. He has kind of a falling out with the administration, and then pops up at Manhattan, who was, a lot of people thought they're going to hire the guy they had as interim last year because the players liked him, and they bring in Gallagher, and all the players transfer because they're like, we wanted Storrs, the interim guy, and yeah, it doesn't seem like I don't know. Maybe it's easier too to move over there. You're not moving that far. If you're going from, those schools are all fairly close together. It's not like going from Washington down to Texas or something like that.
Yeah, another interesting school. So I have like no affiliation with the school, but like a massive bandwagon stan, I guess, of Kennesaw State the last few years. With
the Owls. Okay.
With what Abdur Rahim was doing and the recruiting class that he brought in his first year. With Chris Youngblood and Brandon Stroud and Jason Jennings, and was like a fan of that program and what they were doing. Actually, I bet I won a ton of money on them in the NCAA tournament against Xavier. I had a big ticket on the ML, which they
that one
away
was close,
in
man.
the last few minutes, but I middled it a ton.
Yeah, we were sweating that one out in Vegas.
Yeah, it was painful, but still made a lot. But yeah, he went to South Florida.
And he brought a couple guys with him, right?
That whole gang, like that whole first recruiting class that he had that went to Kennesaw State to build up the program. Just let's go to South Florida.
I love when they do that, because then I just call it like Kennesaw Southeast. Like, yeah. It's kind of what it is. And
exactly.
I talked to Abdur Rahim for the Almanac. I did the American, and he was bummed about that Xavier game. He's like, man, our offense looked so good for 34 minutes, and then we just kind of couldn't get over the finish line. No, I think they're one of those teams that's hard to figure out because there's so many new guys, and those Kennesaw guys are clearly good enough to play at that level, but can they do it consistently night in, night out? And can they mesh with some of the other newcomers, transfers he brought in? They've got a freshman point guard from up in like Long Island area that they love. I think he was a VCU commit that became available after they changed coaches, and Abdur Rahim was like glowing talking about him. He's like, I don't know how we got this guy, but he rocks. So intrigued to see how that one works out.
Yeah, it should be interesting. That's a program that I've got my eye on this year, just because I've watched an unreasonable amount of Kennesaw State games the last couple of years.
Hey, they got it. I remember watching them versus Liberty. I think it was the regular season game, not even the tournament game. Their home court advantage was awesome. Like, that place was rocking.
Yeah, they were going nuts.
Yeah.
Is that the one that Liberty won, that first one, or did they win that first one? I can't remember.
I think they lost by like one. Like, it was a really good game. Yeah. Came down the stretch, and Kennesaw might have had like a late comeback. I think Liberty led most of the way. I may or may not have had a Liberty to win the ASUN ticket, so I was dialed in on that one last year.
Nick, remember we were talking about the ASUN tournament, and I was proposing. I was like, what's stopping us from like betting both Kennesaw and Liberty, because you would have guaranteed yourself like a small profit.
Yeah,
crazy.
It was like, but I think the math came out to be like minus 1,600 or something.
Yeah,
on Kennesaw State or Liberty, but it was like, who's going to beat these teams because they just get home games.
Yeah, I was like, dude, they're playing at home. Like, who's the third best team in that conference? I just can't think of it off the top.
Oh man, last year, I mean, like Florida Gulf Coast, maybe they had talent but didn't really come together.
So we're like looking at it, and I'm like, Nick, but at the same time, it's like, it's not like it was a. I mean, you would have to lay 1,600 to 100.
But like you need somebody to beat both of them on the road.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But most people don't like to bet like that. I totally understand. Like if you're going on a show, Jim, and like trying to pitch that, people are going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess
But I'm
I'll.
telling you, the ROI works here, folks.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So I'm just box score watching right now. Hear this score. So Elon and Wake Forest, 32-13 Elon right now.
What? Oh my
Jeez.
God. ACC might be having a tough night. I saw Radford was hanging with UNC. Louisville and Notre Dame were doing their things, losing to bad teams. So
I
might
was
be a
not
great
surprised
start.
at all about Radford hanging with UNC. I saw Ben messaged me yesterday and was like, I'm on UNC, and I was like,
Yeah, it was more I was watching line move, but it didn't end up going as much as I thought it'd go. But Louisville's looking, or UMBC's looking pretty good at least. They
Okay.
should have that cover. I was thinking about money line, but I just stayed with the plus 11.
Yeah,
Who did they lose to in the scrimmage?
Kentucky
game?
Wesleyan. Yeah.
D2.
Kentucky Wesleyan. I watched it too, and it was just like nothing has changed with Louisville. Like some of the players, some of the faces have changed, but the way they play, like kind of disinterested defensively and shot selection and turnovers offensively, it was just like, oh yeah, Kenny Payne's still the coach, and he did not do anything to upgrade.
Yeah. So Nick, I fired up another one, and I'll explain to Jim here.
oh, what do you have?
What we've been doing. So I took Nebraska first half. Let's see what the number was. I think it was 40.5. Yeah. So Jim, Nick basically uncovered this last season. And for the most part, we've done it early season. I mean, you technically could do it throughout the season.
Yeah,
I don't think it really makes a difference.
Yeah, we haven't like collected tons of data, but in like our smallish sample size, it's fun and it works.
So it's you take a team total over, a first half team total over, when the team goes in the bonus. It's very simple. Nothing,
Oh, I like that.
I guess, groundbreaking, but I mean, they've done pretty well.
Yeah, just basically the books will price them, just prorating first half team total that they set before the game starts over the remaining time. But with them being in the bonus, like obviously you're going to get like the game's going to move slower. There's going to be more possessions, and you get free throws.
Yeah, you should get a bunch of cheap buckets. And I'm curious if it works even better this year because you might get even more fouls. You might get teams in the bonus earlier with the charge stuff, the charge block changing. And at least early returns, what I've watched, they're actually going to stick to that call, which is rather important. And yeah,
Good,
Georgia and
because-
Oregon both got to the bonus quickly. So yeah, I think that could be very beneficial.
Yeah, so Colorado didn't hit, though. They hit a lull in like the last 5 minutes. Providence hit. I played that one. Toledo didn't hit by 1. Frustrating. Purdue hit, and then Georgia hit. So I guess that would be right now 3-2. So last opening night of the season, last season, I think I was like 7-2 or something. So it's kind of fun.
So the 4-0 run is coming. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. It's coming. Oh yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
Let's see. All right, Vols, good job. Can change the game now. That's another like rusty thing. Is I like we'll leave the same channel on after the game ends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to watch post game coverage. Get over another game. Come on, Jim.
No, we need the full breakdown on Tennessee Tech's performance.
Bad. Offense.
Okay,
bad.
and now we can change the channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Next.
Let's go. So I've got a bet that I placed today was Virginia Tech minus 28 against Coppin State. So I had Coppin State kind of pegged as early candidate for worst team in the country.
I've gotten with like 5 other teams that I think NCAA, who your Pitt boys
Yes,
are
that,
demolishing.
I also hate
That's
betting
pretty
on my
broad.
schools. So I went to grad school at Pitt. I went to undergrad at JMU.
Okay.
So those are my 2 schools. I hate betting on them, but I bet
Fair.
on Pitt today because
Smart.
I also had NCAA pegged as like this team is going to be terrible. So who I was going to
That's
ask them,
that's my early candidate for mine is NCAA.
yeah. So who are your other teams that are kind of on that on your radar for worst team in the league? in the
Yes, those two. I think St. Francis. There's only one now since
Yeah.
St. Francis, New York is gone. It's like all freshmen, and like they didn't hit the portal at all. I lost almost everybody. I think they're out west at UCLA tonight, and it's a big spread. They're pretty bad. And then apologies to Andrew Wilson because I like him and I talked to him for the Almanac. But VMI, I think their roster is 9 scholarship freshmen, 3 sophomores, and maybe 1 junior or senior. They're young, and it's a military academy, so it's really hard to recruit to. That's why they can't go to the portal much. There's a chance they're pretty bad. They're playing Richmond tonight and weren't getting completely demolished earlier, but they're down by 31 right now. So yeah, they're going to struggle.
Oh, so I was telling Nick a little bit about the Coppin State like off-season scandal stuff without getting into too much detail. But did you hear about some of that?
I did, and I know a couple guys that played there. I think for only a year, but when it broke, I was like, "You guys know anything about this?" And they're like, "No, that was after we left." Let's be very clear.
That's one of those like WTF stories you read where you're like, "What?" You know?
Yeah.
But
And Ben, can you explain that one more time for people who are unaware?
Jim can do it. No.
Oh, yeah, or Jim, if you want to explain.
Don't make me.
Well, no. Long story short, there is just it was some catfishing going on with maybe a head coach.
Yeah.
You guys can look it up. I don't think you'll be finding that in the Almanac, but you will find some other good content. So.
No, we try to focus on the court in the Almanac.
Yeah, exactly. But
maybe
point,
he
though,
was like catfishing on the sidelines during games, and that's why they were so bad.
Really weird story. But to that point, though, Coppin State, I don't think they're going to have a lot of success, and they're down 32-9 right now. So.
Yeah, no, I was looking and I saw a projected starting point guard guy who played 7 minutes a game at St. Francis last year and who was 4 for 43 career from 3. And it's like, yeah, this team is going to be bad.
Yeah, that's no good.
It's
So,
like
Jim,
I
what
remember
about-
I was reading last year I was reading Long Island, their preview.
Ooh,
the
yeah,
Almanac.
that was a bad one.
And I was like, I'm betting against this team every game.
Yeah,
For
it's
like
the
the first months
Their
of
big
the season.
front court piece was like a transfer from D2 who played 9 minutes a game there. It's like, how's that gonna work? And it's
it's not.
yeah,
It's not. That's how it worked. But yeah, it's like honestly, like my favorite thing betting wise is just identifying these teams that are going to be like bottom of the barrel, and just betting against them.
We're bad at that. We're always like kind of the approach we were taught is that teams always operate within a range, and I think the portal has changed that where teams can be worse or better than historically they've been, and so we were resistant when teams would like I remember a couple years ago, William and Mary was really bad, and we're like, no, they can't be this bad. They can't be this bad. It's like, just let a team be bad. Let them be who they're telling you they are, and at some point, it's just more fun to more fun to bet against a bad team because you're less scared of them putting on some bigger heroic effort.
So I have just a random question. So when you talk to these coaches, is it usually video or phone call for the most part?
Yeah, I do mostly phone call. I think some of the Almanac guys do video. We'll do a Zoom. But yeah, I'm on the phone with them.
So just like a high level question, since you're having a lot of these conversations with coaches, so you start to get like maybe trends of what they say, and I'm sure there's some coach speak that goes into it, right? Like classic, like, oh, like we're positive and this and that. But do you ever have conversations with some where you're like, not to say they're like BSing you, but it's just like, maybe he doesn't sound as confident or like,
yes,
things like that.
Like, yeah, like you said, there's a ton of coach speak, but there's a lot of read between the lines sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of
like,
what I was getting at.
Yeah, if they're trying to talk me into something that like he and I both know he doesn't like really believe, then I'm like, he's telling me they're not going to be very good without saying it. And some coaches, like the VMI coach was like, look, we're going to get picked last everywhere. We're okay with that. We know that. And the Bucknell coach was like, pick us 10th so we can exceed expectations. Like, I was like, all right, if you insist, but but yeah, a lot more of them, it's kind of more implied. You're trying to figure out like, what's he actually saying? If he's really talking up the guy who played 4 minutes a game last year, is he kind of telling me that the other guys aren't that good?
Yeah. If this guy who like maybe you've watched, you're like, okay, maybe he got a lot better during the off season, but you're like,
Yeah. All right, fellas, I've got to run, unfortunately.
Oh no, you're good, man. Thanks for hopping on. I just wanted to ask you one last question. Oral Roberts, what do you make of them?
Hard to figure out. I like that they went internal hire, continuity based, kept a lot of the players around, probably going to keep the same system. But like so much of their success was Asmus based the past few years. Just letting him go nuts on ball screens, picking pop stuff with Vanover and O'Banner back in 2021 when they made the run. But I think McBride is kind of awesome too. Some of his stats, like isolation scoring, he was up there with Asmus last year. He's not. I'm looking at it now. Not off to a great start, but they're up 2 on the road at Arlington. I think that game flipped from Oral Roberts a favorite to Arlington a favorite. So some people were going for the Mavericks there, but I'm kind of wait and see in them. I think I have them like 3rd in the Summit, South Dakota State 1st, and then kind of a mix of North Dakota State, Oral Roberts, and maybe even North Dakota climbing all the way up. So
cool.
Wait and
Nick,
see on
any last questions for Jim?
No, I appreciate you taking the time to hop on the show.
Yeah, really means
No
a lot,
problem.
man.
Yeah, and thank you again for all of your work on the Almanac and with 3-Man Weave.
Of course. Thanks for checking it out. We appreciate it. I'm glad it's not useless drivel.
No, it's useful drivel. No.
All right, beautiful. I'll take that.
Cool.
All right, have a good night, guys. See ya.
Thanks. See ya.
All right.
Nebraska, cash it.
Cash Nebraska. Let's go. And yeah, chat. The link to the Almanac is there in the chat. Cannot recommend it enough. Like literally every bet that I've placed today, informed to some extent by information in there. Costs $20. Gonna make it back in one day. All right. So how we doing? Let's do some box score watching.
I'm looking pretty good. The Colorado one is a little weird. I don't know what happened. That's right when Jim hopped on, but they were up like 15, and then now it's down to like 6. So, but everything else is looking okay minus UNC.
So I'm just looking at the Coppin State Virginia Tech box score right now. Coppin State has a player who has their position listed as athlete.
Nice.
What the hell does that even mean? That's like a football thing.
Athlete. Yeah, like when it's like ATH.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to find this other.
Also, I can't wait for horrible beat to start the year in Miami NJIT. It's not going to actually happen. But we got 141 with 5 minutes left. I can just feel no points the rest of the way. No, probably not. But yeah, I think maybe got a little bit too cheeky with some mid-major spreads. But total's looking good.
Okay, so I just fired up Robert Morris over 29.5.
That's a system play.
And they took it off, but I've noticed DraftKings is taking these off, I think, when it gets close to about maybe 4 minutes. But I mean, that's a pretty good window, right, Nick? Like if they go in the bonus before 4 minutes when they're off, I mean, that's kind of what we're shooting for.
I would rather play them with like more time on the clock.
Yeah, just because you have more.
Because there's like more possessions for it to matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have some questions in the chat. Also, Don't Fade coming in with the 8-month sub bang. Appreciate that. We also had some follows popping in, notably O'Neill plays a lot. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for checking us out. Also said hi. That'll be first time chat. Hello. How's it going? Any games today? Any plays today? Who's your daddy says, do you have any leans in the Duke game tonight?
No, pretty big spread. I don't know. Did you have any
No,
anything?
that was not really something that I had my eye on. I mean, Duke is obviously a really good team. Dartmouth is obviously Dartmouth. But unless there's like something noteworthy about the smaller school that's like bad,
Yeah.
I tend to stay away from games like this. Like the ones that I bet Pittsburgh because NC A&T is terrible. I bet Virginia Tech because Coppin State is terrible. It's not because the good school is really good. We know they're good. It's just
Butler
you need-
over
you
35.5. Sorry.
That's a system play. But like you need something about the bad team, like a matchup that you can exploit, and not just like Duke is good. Let me bet Duke. So and there was nothing that really stood out to me about Dartmouth that was like, this is a team I want to be fading here. All right, let's
Yeah,
go.
what's going on in this football game, by the way?
First cash of the year, NJIT and Miami over. Let's go.
The first one always feels good, huh?
Yep, starting out the season 1-0, and I'm retiring. GG.
I'm
See
outta here.
y'all, never.
That's man. I really wish that Nathan McKinnon play would have hit, and then I could have just walked out into the sunset.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Duquesne not looking so hot. That is a tie game. Need -10. I've got Winthrop plus 14.5. They're down 19 with 6 minutes left. But that's definitely Mima territory. Potentially. As I say that, Clemson scores. Charleston up by 3. Need -7. That's a coin flip. And then Pitt is up 42.
I kind of want to take Duquesne live. Oh no! Now it's back up to 6.5.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't want the 6.5. That's a
Also, this Elon Wake Forest over looking like the freest bet of the day. It's 52-40, and they're still playing in the first half.
jeez. 52-40.
Yeah, and the 19.5 point dog is winning.
Yeah, that's a great sign.
Yeah. Also, so you know who's on Wake Forest this year is Hunter Salas
Oh,
from Gonzaga,
yeah,
former top 10 recruit.
dude's pretty good, man.
Yeah, he's 12 points, 5 of 8 from the field so far.
God, there are so many just transfers where you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's not gonna go away like all season. It'll be like January. And
Yeah.
you'll bet like some Matt game or something, and you'll be like, oh, I remember that player.
Yeah, or you'll be like, oh yeah, he played at Cincinnati. You're like, I wonder where he went.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, nice. Okay, Robert Morris. Just one more basket. Is the 25 legger still alive? Crispy, that's a really good question. I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, I have no idea what's in the 25 legger.
Wisconsin was in it.
Yeah,
But-
Wisconsin's looking good. They're shooting 63.6% from the field. And Arkansas State has turned the ball over 7 times. Still, though, Arkansas State's like, I guess, air quotes only, but only down by 13. Could be a lot worse. Honestly, I just want Virginia Tech to cover because that's what I pitched on the surgical stream.
Yeah, it always feels like an extra unit when you pitch it on stream.
It does.
That's for sure.
I've been pitching a lot of piss on the surgical stream recently, but I'm planning on going on like every day.
Well, if this one hits, you'll be back.
Yeah, just got to find all the weird ass college basketball plays that nobody's on.
Yep. Let's see here. What was I just gonna do?
They're down by 7. Who's down by 17? Oh, the Arkansas State game. My box score is not updating. Oh, okay, yeah. Now they're down by more. Also, Elon Wake Forest, 98 points in the first half. So there's like 2 things that I like to bet on early in the season, and really I should stick to like just this. But number 1, identifying like bad teams that are like extra bad and fading them. And number 2, teams that made coaching changes that are drastically changing their tempo.
Yes.
And betting totals.
Because it just seems like the books don't factor it in as much as they should.
Yeah, like the NJIT Miami game was 100% just based on that, and the Elon Wake Forest game also 100% based on that. Although Elon, I guess, wasn't actually quite that, but it was like a second year coach who was like, now we have depth, now we can push the pace like we wanted to last year.
And guys, if you are just tuning in, let us know if you see a game that has one team in the bonus in the first half, aka 7 fouls. We're about to move to 6-2. Let's see here. I just want to make sure.
Holy
Georgia.
Shit. I wasn't. I mean, I guess my box score was down actually, but
What, Pitt?
No, but Coppin State is currently sitting on 12 team fouls. So there was definitely a time where they were.
Yeah.
It's
halftime?
Zone. No, there's still 2.5 minutes left.
Oh, yeah, it's probably done.
But it's like not enough time.
1, 2, 3, 3 to 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5 and 2. Okay, 5 and 2 right now. Butler, we need 6 more points in 6 minutes. I like my chances. Okay, let's see what else is going on here.
All right, what's the football game looking like?
Great question.
7-0 Chargers.
How's Quentin Johnston
doing?
doing?
Quentin Johnston currently sitting with a stat line of 1 catch on 2 targets for 4 yards.
Okay. Funny. Kind of expected that.
I mean, it's still in the first quarter.
Exactly. Like as long as they're not up by too much, he'll.
Yeah. Also, first touchdown scorer was
defense, right?
Yeah, Chargers special teams. It was a punt return. Darius Davis.
Darius Davis.
Chargers touchdown looks like Eckler.
Okay, let's see here. What games are in the first still?
Okay, Wisconsin is putting in an offensive masterclass right now.
Is that a joke?
No.
Good, because I have the over.
Yeah, that game is it's 54-38 with 2 minutes left in the first half.
Hell yeah. Nick, I thought you were going to be like, they have 12 points with like 2 minutes left.
They were definitely a system play, actually. And so is Arkansas State. There's been
both of them?
Yeah, there's been a total of 32 free throw attempts in the first half so far.
Jeez. Nick, I really think Jim just made a really good point with the flop stuff. Because they're calling a lot more. It's the block charge, but they're calling a lot more blocks because they don't want. It's like the player safety stuff. I think the rule is like you have to be like firmly set. Like if you're moving before the guy, or if the guy is like taking off, I think they're gonna call it a block.
Mm-hmm.
So. That could be contributing to even more fouls, but that's actually a really good point. If we start to see like an influx of overs, could be a reason why. All right, let's take a look.
Oh, I just realized I missed out on one other bet I was going to play. So I guess the game started at 6:30. But I was going to bet Northern Illinois plus 25 against Marquette.
Illinois.
I'm not going to chase it live. Because I only like doing that if I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like some of the roster changes they had made. Thought 25 was too high.
Nick, could you look at the Northern Kentucky, Middle Tennessee game? I'm going to look at these other two.
Yeah.
just to see if it's close to bonus.
Oh yeah, Middle Tennessee State is in the bonus.
Well, say no more.
So Northern Kentucky has 6 fouls committed. So I guess next foul puts them in the bonus.
Okay, so let's see what that's at.
What do I have against Wisconsin-based teams? Everything.
What about Wisconsin Green Bay, Nick?
I mean, they were dog shit last year.
They're dog shit. Go look at the score.
Oof.
Wait, how much? Okay.
49-18. Yikes.
Okay, Nick. Middle Tennessee over 40.5. This one's at plus 100.
That seems like a really good bet.
Yeah, I mean they're at 21 with a That's what you're kind of looking for, right? Not to say it's going to be the same, but it's like,
and also like the earlier you're there, like the other team has already established a precedent of fouling,
or the refs are going to call a shit ton of fouls, one of the two, or both. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, no, like a decade ago, Green Bay was a solid program. I think Green Bay finished like top 75 in KenPom.
Yeah. Youngstown State.
Oh, your Dayton bet looks like it's coming down to the absolute wire.
Oh God,
they're up exactly 15 right now.
I haven't even been watching too. That's funny. So I got that one from.
There's 3 minutes left.
I got that from Corby. So hopefully it hits and we can be like, "Hey man, thanks for the winner." He told me that someone on SIU would be out. And he's like, I don't think the market's caught wind of it. And I was like, hey.
Yeah, no, I mean, SIUE is a team that I really like. I guess who was it? It was it's Rayshon Taylor, I think, is out.
Who Youngstown State is in the bonus, by the way.
But yeah, that SIUE team with Polo Minor and Rayshon Taylor. I mean, they when they're like healthy, they can score the fucking ball. But yeah, Taylor's out.
33.5.
Also, here, list of this. Ready? McNeese State is beating VCU by 10 with 4 minutes left.
What the heck? Jeez.
I mean, so VCU has a new coach.
Yeah.
Mike Rhodes is at Penn State.
That's right.
Brought a bunch of players with him.
Nice.
Also, speaking of Penn State, we have a cash on the under in that game. It was not even close. Finished on 124, had the under 136.5.
Wow.
2-0, baby. Let's go. Even though we're not going to say undefeated for long.
Why? What's going to lose?
Duquesne.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, probably. They're up 2 with 6 minutes left.
Yeah, I've seen crazier.
Yeah. Winthrop is going to be very tight. They're down 18 with a minute left, although I guess Clemson has the ball now. Just missed a 3. I had plus 14.5.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to miss.
So they basically changed their name, and then I think they're merging
next.
What
is Clemson doing? Why are you taking 3-pointers with time on the shot clock when you're up 18 with a minute left?
Undisciplined, Nick.
Well, I mean,
That's
they made
it.
So fuck me, I guess.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, no, IUPUI is supposed to exist. They just split. So it's IUPUI stands for Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis. So it's like how there's like UNC Wilmington type of deal where it's like a branch school, but it was like co-owned by Purdue and Indiana. And now it's just owned by Indiana. It's the same thing as Purdue Fort Wayne. It used to be like IPFW, and now it's just PFW. Because that one is like in the sole control of Purdue now, and then Indianapolis is in the sole control of Indiana. All right, so Charleston going to be coming down to the wire. They're up by 3.
What's
with
the
2
number?
minutes left. I need -7. But this is like definitely in hit some free throws, get some stops, you cover territory.
Yeah, and this you're right on the money with Dayton, Nick. It's literally like -15 is plus 110.
Yeah,
or -110.
Also, very. I hope this game finishes this way. Pitt is beating NCA&T 100-50. Just cleanly score 100, cleanly double them up. That's so
Scoregami.
satisfying.
Oh, Nick, there should be a basketball scoregami.
Yeah.
Actually, that wouldn't make as much. It would have to be ridiculous.
And Pitt scored exactly 50 points in both halves.
Wow, that's actually really...
Oh, NCA&T scored 2 points. That really actually pisses me off.
Damn. They can spite bet them next game.
No. Also, UNC is alive.
I know. I wasn't gonna say anything about that. Okay, Dayton's up 15 again.
Nice. I've got Virginia Tech up 26 at halftime.
Nice. Butler needs 2 points to go over their first half team total.
Yeah. Also, Heisenberg, you gotta capitalize the S in Sag to get it to work.
Louisville.
If you even have BTTV, and that's what you were trying to do. I mean, it has to be what you were trying to do. But the emote needs a capital S.
Yes, shot missed. Okay, rebound. Oh, they got the offensive rebound, damn it. Another shot missed. I love watching Bet365's thing.
Yeah.
It's funny. Oh, Dayton got the ball. Okay. Dayton in possession. Foul. Okay, good. Free throws. Make your free throws. They're free for a reason, Nick. They're free for a reason. If a coach told me that and I was like missing shots, I think it would make it worse.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Coach, shut up.
It's like you're not trying to help, you're just being a dick.
Coach, I'm not trying to miss the free throws. And he's like, well, maybe you should, and maybe you'd make one.
Yeah. So Heisberg says live over in the Wake Forest game at halftime is 177.5.
Sheesh.
I'm on the over 142.
Feeling good, Nick?
No, they're all gonna go out and miss now.
Brick?
Yeah.
Start bricking?
They're gonna completely rebuild Tobacco Road. with all the bricks. I mean that's kind of what it would take.
Wait, Nick, who built Tobacco Road?
It was a Paul Bunyan. No, I don't fucking know.
Paul Bunyan, he was a mythical creature, right?
A mythical creature? I mean, mythical human being, if nothing else. But yeah, no, Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, power's
not a
gonna go
real
out,
human
or the AC goes out, and it's just not safe.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're shooting free throws. Come on, Butler. What's Butler doing?
I mean, Butler was just up like 16.
I know, but they have to score 35, or they got to score 36, and they're stuck at 34.
Oh yeah, you're just on the system play. God, they were up 18 at one point.
They just have to get one basket here, and we're good.
Yep, easy. Also, JMU up 17-7. Let's fucking go. I should have bet them just for the culture.
Nick's gonna turn into the most annoying JMU stan now.
I'm a very polite JMU stan. Thank you very much.
No,
I'll
you have been,
shit
but
post occasionally. But
so what's the deal? If they potentially can get into a bowl. I heard of like a weird scenario.
Yeah, so I think actually I don't know. So I read something about so some of the computer algorithms that just pick national champions. Some of them really like JMU right now. Mm-hmm. Not at number one, but if there's a 2-loss national champion, the actual way to win a national championship, then maybe there's a chance that they'll like JMU, even if JMU goes undefeated, doesn't make a bowl game, because they can't.
Mm-hmm.
And then they call JMU the national championship, and then we just get to be the biggest dicks on the earth, and say we're the national. It's like Central Florida, right?
Yeah, which was kind of annoying, but
I respect.
I mean, I respect it too.
Butler with another turnover.
Oh, Nick, we got a Dayton cover.
Dayton cover. Let's go.
By a point.
Congratulations on the cash.
Thank you. take it. But
All right.
Butler.
I'm like rooting for overtime right now in Charleston and Iona. It's a 1-point
Okay.
game, under a minute left.
Oh, Butler. Butler needs to score here. This is it.
Uh-oh.
3.
20-7, JMU stopped the count. Exactly.
Wait, what? Dane was free. Yeah, it's so free, man. So free.
Never a doubt, man.
It was like tied at halftime, too, I think. Oh, Butler missed a shot. Damn it. Well, it makes me feel a little better that the 2 I've lost have come down to the last bucket in a weird way, but it's still
Yeah,
sucks.
and like a bunch of wins have been kind of not close.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not trying to go 100%. You're just trying to make some money.
All right, so
Heisenberg, did you bet on JMU? Or are you like spite watching against Michigan State?
all right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Oh, UNC won by 16. I wonder if they got up and then came back. And Colgate is not going to cover unless that goes to overtime. Colorado's looking pretty good, though. Wow.
God, Butler
Arkansas
only up
was
8
awesome.
at halftime. Just, that's piss.
Yeah, that is pissed. They were up by what, 14?
They were up 18. They were up 25. No, they were up, whatever the fuck. I don't know. But they're only up 8 now.
So Right Angle Sportsnet gave out Youngstown State and Louisiana Lafayette over 150.5, and it is not looking good. So I took the under. I took both, going for the middle because it got up to 155. So I'm glad I did because doesn't look like it's going over. A lot of time left though. But Middle Tennessee State to go over 40. Boots on the ground for Ohio State, Michigan State.
Send me video, please, and thanks. Needed a code? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That would have been a good Halloween costume, Nick. Dress up as the Connor Stallion guy. Just have like a VCR or a video recorder, camcorder, and just like some glasses and a hat.
That'd be wild.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. Corby's really smart. I don't know if you've seen his stuff, Nick, but he's cool.
Nice.
Let's see what's going on here. This party has 5 fouls.
Happy to send MSU signals.
This is gonna turn into the freaking Astros, Nick, where it's been like 5 years, and to the point where it's like none of the players are even associated with it anymore. But
Yeah.
people don't care.
It's an organizational thing.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Florida International, Central Florida. Ooh, that's in the bonus, but it's probably pretty close to being cut off.
What's the status on whatever game we were looking at before? Middle Tennessee?
Oh, I go look.
Oh, they're at
I think,
33. They needed 40 and a half.
yeah, I think it's on pace.
Oh, it's like so on pace. They need like up point a minute.
Yeah. Central Florida. Why isn't this?
And they're in the double bonus now.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's like the move, honestly. Just like be more selective with it. Find a team that gets into the bonus with like 10 minutes left.
Yeah, because then you're gonna get the That's
Also,
you're probably
yeah,
right
Michigan
on
State
that.
bonus with 9 minutes left.
Ooh, Michigan State.
Look at JMU up 22-10, baby. Let's go.
Michigan State is in the bonus. Correct.
That is what Heisberg was saying.
Ooh, they're down 10, or sorry, they only have 10. So I kind of like it. You know, play a little bit aggressive. Try to get to the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Izzo's telling us, guys, we're in the bonus, guys. Get to the line.
Yeah, this team can't even make a bowl game. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he's
That's how
telling
you
them.
know he's like suffering from dementia. If he says something like that.
Okay, 25 and a half is the number here. Okay, let's see what's going on in this football game real quick. 14-0 Chargers. Johnson. Let's play a game called I'm going to try to guess the stat line based off of what his live number's at. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So Quentin Johnson is at 22.5 over. So I bet he's still at how much time's left? He might have like 2 catches for like 9 yards. Okay, now you have to tell me.
Quentin Johnston has the same stat line he had before.
See, that I was gonna guess that, but man, that seems a little high though. They're up 14.
They've only played like 7 minutes of football, and that also the Jets have had the ball almost the entire time while that's been going on.
I guess we have 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
So I would still like the over there.
Also, we have a Buzz Cash on the Buzz POD. Showed up in the mask on the surgical stream earlier.
What was the
He was on
play
Howard.
again?
I really like that play too. I couldn't bet it where I was betting, but I like the play a lot. Looks like a 92-80 win for Howard over Hampton.
Also, when's the last time Wisconsin has scored 56 points in a half?
Probably like never.
Like the score 56-41, if you would have told me that was the score, I would have guessed it was the actual full game score.
Honestly, yeah.
Because that's the type of shit they do, man.
All right, need Arkansas State to just like commit a couple less fouls, and that would be sick. All right, so Charleston wins by 2. -7 is a GG. Duquesne up by 1 with a minute and a half left.
Man. Turned into a fun little game there. Okay, let's see here. UMBC's up. Oh, no, they're down 1. Louisville might sneak away with a win. Probably not going to cover, but unless it goes in OT.
Elon still up 8 on Wake Forest. Kind of crazy.
Giddy got a tech.
I think it got a double tech.
That was the dumbest. Like that's one of those bets, Nick, where it's literally just like it just takes one thing to happen.
Yep.
That's like someone who's like, I'm not going to get pulled over by the cops this year.
As they say that like as they're speeding,
Yeah, exactly.
committing
like,
traffic
it's like
violations.
Swan.
Ben, what number did you get Michigan State at?
Ooh, let's see. 25.5. Looking good or not looking good?
I mean, they've been in TV timeout.
They need to put some points on the board here.
That vaunted
Oh.
Duke's defense.
Oh my gosh, Middle Tennessee. They need 2 points in 4 minutes. What is going on in that game?
GG's.
What is going on in that game?
Currently 28.5 on FanDuel TV timeout.
Wow.
But they still have 10 points. I just think they haven't played at all since you placed the bet. And they have the ball now because JNU turned it over.
I'm like, come on. Abilene Christian, not any fouls in that game. It's weird not to see fouls today. It's like every game that I've looked has had a lot. Illinois, Chicago, Cincinnati. Nope.
So Chicago State got absolutely dumpstered.
Yeah, they got
70-41.
God. Wisconsin Green Bay has 23 points and 15 minutes left in the game.
Is that good?
Well, they're basically scoring 1 point a minute. So
That's gonna be a no from me, dog.
yeah. So it depends what your definition of good is, but yeah.
Yep. Also, Clampers, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Sweating out some college basketball for a little bit longer.
Duke, Dartmouth. Man, that Duquesne game, man. They're barely holding on.
No problem. Sweating out the Coppin State play. Let's go. We're looking good. I mean, it's hard to be upset being up 24 right now. We've got Coppin State off to a little bit of a hot start in the second half, but no big deal. I think that Virginia Tech play is actually going to be a pretty important one for me on my card overall. I see Trent's playing Fortnite right now. There's people in here telling me to go play with him earlier. He was bitching at me, and I was bitching at him on the surgical stream today.
Is he any good or does he suck?
No, he's terrible.
It's probably
It's like
probably
funny
like me.
content. He's playing with Kish and Jenks and Lizzo's Juicy Lips. I don't know who that is.
Nice.
I might need to get in there at some point. I didn't do a whole lot of lab work on the on like the later slate. Do you have anything queued up, Ben?
Yeah, I think. Let me go look at my card. I actually don't really have a lot.
Yeah, there was like not really a whole lot that stood out to me.
Yeah, it looks like I actually don't have anything. I thought I had. Well, Louisiana Tech, Colorado State. I was debating playing an over, but I just hate to play overs in the altitude. But that doesn't always mean they're not gonna go over. That was
maybe
one.
maybe UCLA is a look. If St. Francis is like so bad,
Mm-hmm.
let me pull up the almanac. Take a look at St. Francis. Get the breakdown.
Yeah, let's hear it. Because that could actually be a decent look.
So they lose like everybody from their team. Oh yeah, no, they have like no production. So they bring back like a couple guys who played last year. They have like one transfer from Evansville who played 12 minutes a game at Evansville. Shot 16% from 3. 2.4 points per game. And then a ton of freshmen.
Sounds like dog water to me.
Yeah.
Heisenberg, did you play the anything in that Youngstown State game? Let's see what Michigan State's doing.
There you go. Virginia Tech making some moves now in the second half.
Second half team, you know?
Yeah, I mean they were only up by 26 after 1. They're a second half team.
Nick, someone randomly like 2 weeks ago gave me some SOG play, and it was someone who I wasn't like well familiar with, so like kind of like a third line guy, one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was over 2.5, and he had 0 going into the third period, and I responded to the guy, and I'm like, I'm just assuming he's a big third period guy, right? I think he got 1, but it was just fun.
That's like Chikakonkwo. Yeah, he's a big 2-minute warning type of player.
Yeah, really likes to wait till the last few minutes.
Uh-huh.
But the funny thing is like, I don't even think I asked for it. You know, have you ever seen where people just drop a play on a random post like that deal?
Yeah.
That's how this was. So I was like, I had to be a little funny with it.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's see. It's got to be at least one game getting into foul trouble.
I'm assuming Middle Tennessee State hit, right?
Yeah, that hit.
Well, I guess so. Was it 39.5 or 40.5?
I'm showing 43. So.
Oh, okay.
It was
delayed.
Yeah, it was 40.5. I'm on Bet365, so that's why I'm probably
okay. Yeah, Bet365 is in the future.
Hell yeah, Billy the Kid.
Yeah, let's go. So yeah, maybe I guess there's no 7:00 games. Oh no, there's 7:00 games. Let's see.
Michigan State's looking good now, Nick. They must have just picked it up a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was like no way that they were going to stay that cold.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, these other games don't have a lot of fouls. Let me know if you see one. I'm just
I'm just pulling up all the box scores right now.
Yeah, it looks like most of them are kind of average or even under.
Yeah,
it's the fouls. Good. Ooh. God, that would be awesome if I could middle that. Nick, did you see what I sent you last night about that middle?
Yes.
Oh, that would have been great. That would have been the coolest middle, but
it would have been a really cool middle.
Converted the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, Dartmouth is a system play.
Dartmouth.
Duke has committed 6 fouls, and there's 13 minutes left. And Dartmouth has 5 points right now. I mean, it is this like.
That's a good one though, right?
I guess. I mean, like, what's that number even going to be at?
Like 15?
Like 20.5 or something?
Yeah, it's not going to be that low. It's probably closer to 20. Well, let's see. How much time's left?
Well, there's 13 minutes left.
So now they have 7. 22.5.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough with a team like that. Like, how much can you actually trust them to get back to the line? Like, Dartmouth has only taken 2 free throws on the 6 fouls that Duke has committed.
I'm gonna wait on this one. I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
And if it costs me, then it's like, hey, this is why we shouldn't question it. I was gonna wait till 19.5. See if they go like another minute cold.
There's been more fouls than Sparty points scored
they just called the
JMU still
timeout.
up. Man, that would be so cool if JMU won.
Yeah, that'd be great. Think about all the momentum they're building as an athletic program.
Yeah. Oh no, they're going places.
Oh yeah. 15 on JMU
They'll be like the football team is obviously really good. Like nobody can question that now. Basketball team is solid. Their other programs are good too.
Yep, that's typically what happens,
Yeah, I mean, and
All
they've been
starts-
good. Like they won a women's national soccer national championship a few years ago. I think like a lacrosse team. Maybe I think like the women's lacrosse team also like won a natty.
Mm.
There was like an archer from JMU was in the Olympics for the U.S.
Oh damn.
No silly forts. When we're done sweating stuff out, I'll play some fort.
Yeah, we'll probably be done by I think 8.
Yeah, I think the plan is to wrap up at the top of the hour, and then honestly, if I'm playing fort with Trent, I'll probably keep streaming, and we can split out some more stuff.
Yeah, I kind of want to fire up Portland State, Nick. I know you won't say no.
Yeah, but if you're CD's picks, if you're in both streams, you can pass on the word that I'll be on at the top of the hour. And I think I'm gonna fire up UCLA for sure.
Okay.
I'm
Because
feeling
that was
I'm feeling
St.
comfortable with that.
Francis.
Yeah.
Is it PA even though there's only one now? Is it
Yeah,
the one that's
there's only
left?
one. He's running a squad with a guy nobody knows. Yeah, I didn't recognize one of the names, like the Lizzo's Juicy Lips, whoever the fuck that was.
Yeah, when you said that, I'm like, are we supposed to know who that is? Is that like Fat Girl? Like, that was a little mean. Fat Girl Inc., Nick?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but like we know who Fat Girls is, right? I mean, Fat Girls is like on the surgical stream all the time. It's just a hilarious name.
If you say that out of context, it could sound really weird.
Yeah.
He's playing with fat girls. And you're just like, what?
Don't talk about them that way.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
Okay, so Duquesne ended up winning 79-77.
But then I didn't take it live because it was like minus 3.5.
Yep. What's the UCLA play? UCLA minus 29.5.
Ooh, I will say, Nick, last year, UCLA had that miracle cover for us. So, it's good omens. Receiving yards. Wow.
Thoughts on the Utah over? You got anything on that, Ben?
No. I think the offense will be improved, though, from last season. Well, that's good. That's what I want to hear right there about the fouls.
All right, so one more team that I want to look at right now is Denver. Hometown team.
I haven't looked at them a lot, to be honest.
Because they were like low-key okay.
They got better. They weren't the Denver team of like 2001, 2002.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy Bruner's back. Averaged 16 points a game last year. Bring in a guy, I guess, grad transfer from Utah who played not a whole lot. Dynamo, their stretch 4. Average, played 28 minutes, 11 points, 41% from 3. Is back. Virginia
Did
Tech
they get-
potentially going to be sweaty.
Ooh, really?
I mean, the second half has been just like even so far. We just need like a run. I can tell this Butler game is gonna get backdoor covered. They're gonna like jump out to a big lead again. They're gonna make it like 25 points, and then Eastern Michigan's gonna come back. All right, so I got UCLA. Anything else?
I think
I'm
going to play Portland State for a little bit.
Okay.
Just honestly, I'm not going to put it like on my card or anything, but I'm going to put some on it. Because like at this point, I've talked a lot about them enough, and I've looked into it. Where if I don't, I'm going to be mad about it. So
that's fair. What number for Portland State?
It's a really good question. Let's see here. I thought I saw like a 14 and a half. Or sorry, not 14 and a half, 7 and a half. Oh, it's down to 6 and a half. Damn. Man, maybe I'll just do money line just for a little. I mean, at this point.
Just to feel something.
Yeah, I mean, at this point. Let's see here. I mean, -6 isn't a bad number, or +6. Oh shit! It starts like right now.
Want Wisconsin to score 100 and have everyone freak out? I want Arkansas State to score 100 and have everybody freak out. But yeah, no, I think the sky would fall.
Yeah.
So Manessa says, "What do you think about St. Mary's?" I'm always a big St. Mary's fan. I mean, they're playing like a D2 school today, so can't really bet on them. But I love the St. Mary's program, just as a whole.
Yeah, I think they're 75-1, and I actually saw this guy I know who's actually pretty sharp with college basketball. You put a future on. So.
Yeah, I've seen some of that too.
Nick, I am so confused about Spanky because when you were like, when Spanky says that, maybe he's gonna bet the other side. Go look at what Spanky just tweeted. Everyone's so confused. I'm confused.
Oh, I'm just gonna not even bother. It's probably like something cryptic. If I had to guess,
very, because the information he gave was incorrect.
Yes.
And then they lost, and then he said, "You're welcome."
Well, yeah. I mean, you shouldn't read what he said. This is the same man who on the unabated Super Bowl stream had his play of the game on the coin flip.
Yep.
Like if he's giving out like potentially actionable information, take all of the grains of salt and then like turn the hourglass upside down.
And do the opposite.
Yeah. I guess it's sand in an hourglass, not salt, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Okay, Sparty cashed. So I think that brings us to 7 and 5. Still profitable, but we had, or no, sorry, maybe it's 7 and 4. Because Youngstown State just lost.
Yeah, can we not bet them? I mean, you might have lines on them. I don't have lines for D1 v D2 games. And so then I know nothing about Stanislaus State University. Let's do some research. Stanislaus State.
6 and 4.
It's a D2 school in Turlock, California.
Wow.
There's 11,000 people that go there.
Hmm.
So that's actually a lot of people.
There's a lot of. That's like more than my. That was yeah, about the same as my school. Okay, let's see here.
But yeah, no. Any like D1 v D2 stuff is just impossible. Dartmouth has 14. They probably would have cashed. GG's. There we go. Virginia Tech making a little run up 34. Oh, I guess Coppin State comes right back and hits a 3.
Remember Coppin State last year?
What
It's
about
like
him?
Over wagon.
Can't play defense.
Can't play defense.
Butler's up 13. Just give me a Butler cash and a Virginia Tech cash,
We're good.
and the inevitable Elon Wake Forest overcash, and I'm happy. Give me a, I guess that's a 6 and 4 card.
I take that every Monday of my life.
Me too.
And every Tuesday. And every Wednesday. And every Thursday. And every Friday. And every Saturday.
Plus the extra surgical stream pitch unit.
Oh, yeah. And every Sunday, of course, too. Especially Sundays.
Oh yeah.
They haven't done the chicken wraps for a while, I thought. So this is really random. Does anyone remember the chicken strips, or maybe they're called chicken tenders at Wendy's? Those were so good.
I don't know that I remember those.
Yeah, it was like 2016, I feel like, the last time they had them. All right, we got 5 fouls. Southeast Missouri State, so we're getting close. I just texted Captain Jack, and I was like, the Spanky tweet, and I said, WTF.
No, honestly, should have bet Bowling Green as soon as he tweeted that.
I know. Shout out Buffs.
Shout out Buffs. Leans for the USC game. I have nothing in the USC game.
Do they still have Peterson, Nick?
No.
Or did he is he done? Drew Peterson? I think he went to the maybe he's playing. He seems like an overseas guy.
Did
Make
he
sure
get
you
drafted?
Did he?
I just looked
Fifth
up
year
Drew Peterson, and it says he's a convicted murderer.
Yeah, I actually have seen that story before. Wait, is he a 5th year?
Oh no, he's just he's a free agent.
Oh, so he is.
Yeah. He played summer league with the Heat.
Ah,
Also, yeah, Tactical Burke late night plays. I'm on UCLA minus 29.5. And then Ben is on Portland State, although that might have already started.
yeah, that just started. You could jump in live, maybe.
All right,
Thanks,
I'm gonna
Heisenberg.
run to the bathroom.
Okay. All right. Any of the games getting into that? That Southeast Missouri State Grand Canyon. Getting pretty close here. This one we could actually take the probably the full game over. Just because I know a lot of people don't have access to just the team total. I'm going to wait, though. I need one more foul. Has. Okay, so they have 6. So Grand Canyon is in the bonus. 42.5. This is Grand Canyon, Southeast Missouri State. I would be cool with a full game over in this one, 66.5. Or 67.5, but it would have to be plus 100 or plus 10 or minus 105. So this is Southeast Missouri State, Grand Canyon. I did the money line, but just sprinkled, nothing crazy. I think I put like $30 on it because I was like, fuck it, I want to have some skin in the game.
Alrighty. What did I miss? So many important things.
Grand Canyon is a system play.
Nice. Look at JMU beating Michigan State at halftime. That's crazy.
What's the score?
37-33.
37? Is that right?
I mean, ESPN might be wrong, but...
Well, the team total we got was 24, I think.
Well, no, so Michigan State has 33. And they were 25.5.
Oh, but still, I mean, say 8 points.
Yeah.
That one really was a good example for this because they were fouling a shit ton.
Yeah, and it was so early.
Yeah.
It's like those are the ones that are just free.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Elon Wake Forest with the cash. Love it. Closing tabs. Feels good. VT up 33.
What do you need?
28.
Grand Canyon. I know of someone who goes there.
I mean, it's so weird. Like it feels wrong that they're in D1. Because they're a for-profit school. Like, what if DeVry University just paid a fuck ton of money and we're like, we want a D1 basketball team?
Right.
It's like not different. Yeah, Portland State, UCLA are the late night plays. UCLA hasn't started. Portland State is underway. I don't know what the line's at right now. So Butler up 14 with Andre Screen going to the line for the and one. Tactical Burke went to GCU. I retract everything bad that I said about them. GCU is a great school. Honestly, it probably is a great school. Seems like a vibe. Everybody there is super passionate. It's just still weird that a for-profit school is D1. Arkansas State looks absolutely caked. Down 28.
Damn, Dartmouth. I should have fired it up.
Yeah, you should have.
Filikowski.
Get Trent on here. He's solo. Tell him. Oh, tell Trent I'm playing Fortnite with him at the top of the hour. Want to wait for this? I guess wait for the Virginia Tech game to finish.
Yeah. How much time's left on
7 minutes.
Oh, hell yeah. Grand Canyon is scoring. Yeah. That's also on the bonus.
All right, come on, Virginia Tech. Don't fucking blow this. Oh, I can't wait for this to just be cake. They were up 38. They're up 81-43. And now, they just scored again. We're okay. We're okay. We just can't let Coppin State score on every possession. Also, I think. Oh no, I guess it's not backups in. Not yet. Butler up
Not
15. Yet. Yeah, Badgers are up. 88 points with 9 minutes left. I had a bad read on Arkansas State today for sure. I literally think that all of my wins have been identifying dog shit teams and betting against them on the spread, or identifying teams with new coaches and taking totals based on system changes. So I'm going to be 3-0 on totals. And then every time I'm trying to identify mid-major teams that are oh, this team is undervalued or overvalued right now. Cake every time.
Cake.
Hella cake.
Did anyone end up taking that live over 66.5 in the same game, Grand Canyon game? Because I told people if they didn't have access to it, they could play that since both teams are in the bonus. It's looking really good.
Chris says Youngstown State screwed me so many times on the spread last year. Yeah, Youngstown State was a weird team. Because there was a lot of value on them in the first couple of weeks. And then it kind of felt like they almost got overvalued for some reason. For a team that was good but definitely not great. All right, Virginia Tech up 39. It's a nice little run. Oh, it's definitely,
what's the number?
Definitely not over. 28. Oh, okay. They're up even more now. 93-48. Okay, up 45. They can probably just not score the rest of the game. Yeah. Let's go.
Pretty sure I'm gonna call that one. I think.
I'm not calling it yet. Live spread is 45.5. Okay, that's good. And yeah, T. Spencer, you're totally right.
I wonder if Nebraska will be good this year.
I mean, it's Nebraska, so probably not.
Didn't they get a transfer? A pretty good transfer?
They always get a transfer.
I know they get one transfer, but it's
And then the issue with Nebraska is their team cohesion is always terrible.
Yeah, what?
You remember that fucking guy that they had, Banton?
Yeah, he played in the NBA.
And then he got drafted, and I was like, what the fuck does any NBA team see in this guy?
Well, I was like, wait a second. This guy played at Nebraska? And then I was like, oh shit, he did.
Yeah, he averaged nothing at Nebraska. And
What
he's crazy athletic, but with zero actual skills. Does he still play in the NBA?
I don't think so. Do they still have that one guy, the shooter? Last name starts with a T, I think.
Banton actually still plays for the Celtics.
Oh, damn. The foreign guy now.
Supposedly. Hasn't actually played this year. Started 2 games for the Raptors last year. On Nebraska?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anybody with
Or did he graduate?
Tominga?
Yeah.
Tominaga?
He's still on the team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good, dude. I think he could be like a second team guy in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he's not gonna be awful. Nebraska's not gonna be terrible this year. They brought in some good mid-major transfers too. Jerron Coleman from Ball State, solid player. Rink Mast from Bradley, solid player.
They're up 34, but it's Lindenwood.
Lindenwood. Isn't Lindenwood like in Colorado?
No.
Oh no, it's in Missouri. Why did I think that was in Colorado?
I have no clue. Also, yeah, tactical. I was leaning with the over. CSU is going to be good. Like I actually think they'll be better offensively than defensively. So, as long as the pace is similarly to last season, I mean, they should be okay. Portland State Air Force 6-6, 7 minutes. What a classic Air Force game, Nick.
We love Air Force basketball.
Just a lot of cuts, Nick. A lot of back doors.
We love a good backdoor.
Yep. Yeah, that's Heisenberg. That's why FanDuel. It's like you gotta know that because it's like the Chelly rule. Oh my God, Grand Canyon started to put it on a little bit.
Living in Fort Collins almost went to the CSU game, decided not to.
Hey, Nick, in tactical, CSU plays Northern Colorado next weekend, and it's in Greeley, so it's a home game for the Bears. Could be kind of a fun game.
I've never actually been to Greeley. I've never had a reason to go to Greeley. If you're not from Greeley, is there like a good reason to go to Greeley?
Only in the summer for the Stampede. It's like a country festival, but other than that, it's not really a good tourist spot, I guess.
Yeah, well, if you were in Virginia, I would tell you there's literally zero reason to go to my hometown. Actually, that's not true. There's one good reason. There's like a big horse race every year, but like
sounds fun.
That's the only thing that we have. It's just like all of the rich white people want to go to it to look rich and white. I don't know. You know what's weird is my county in Virginia is like one of the wealthiest counties in the country.
Huh.
Just because there's like a small amount of extremely rich people that live there.
Is it just that small, so it's disproportional?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me pull up a list.
It's that plantation money, Nick.
Yeah, basically.
Northern Colorado is not going to be that good this year. I think they could be better than some people think, but they're projected like 8th in the Big Sky. So, yeah. Also, Nick, Dartmouth. I think the number was 22.5, and they were on pace to hit like 27, but it's stuck at 21, and they're not going to go over. So it did work out.
Yeah. So I guess it's fallen a little bit recently. So Fauquier County, Virginia, number 29 in the USA in median household income. But it just doesn't seem like it. It's like shithole public schools.
Yep.
And just like nothing going on.
Did you hear what I said though about Dartmouth?
Yeah. Did they hit?
No, I don't think it's gonna hit.
Wow.
Yeah. So maybe we're onto something there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that one was like such an exception that because like you're trusting Dartmouth to score against Duke. Although, but Pick Six, it's actually not that though, because it's median income, so it's like the 50th percentile. It's like half the people make at least that much money. It's like it's not like skewed like that.
It could be in some counties though.
Yeah, I mean they need to be like super small.
It's what, like three houses.
Yeah, basically.
You have one millionaire, and then the other guy is like, I don't know, 50K. Boom.
Yep. All right.
Because in Wyoming, there's probably some counties like that.
I think there's a county in like California that's actually like that. It's like all of the land in the county is owned by like
The government.
I'm not gonna call it a cult, but like a commune maybe.
Oh yeah, one of those. Damn, CU. Oh man, I was thinking about playing them too against LSU, Nick, and women's.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Papa Bane? How's it going?
Oh, what up? What up?
The literal first person in the chat when we started the stream 3.5 hours ago. Checking back in. Hopefully had a profitable day.
He's like, I've been here the whole time. Okay, I need 2 more points from Grand Canyon.
No, I don't think it's Jared Leto's thing, although Jared Leto is weird. Two and 0 for Heisenberg. 1 play pending. Let's go. What do you got pending? Also, W being responsible, only placing 3 bets.
Hey Nick, what's that supposed to mean?
I mean, I was impressed with myself that I placed 10.
I think I only
or
went
11. I guess.
think I had 14.
Yeah, actually,
which
I think
isn't bad.
yeah, that's not bad. And you did like a bunch of like live bets too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely had some things that were like obviously successful, obviously not successful for me today, which is good to learn. Command says always do a 20-game parlay on the first day. It's always one team that kills it. Rutgers killed it today.
Oh man, Princeton got him. So you went 19 and 20? Damn. See, that's why, Nick, I'm scared to ever do those, like, super long shot, because I don't think I could just get over it the next day.
Yeah, that's tough.
I think Pick Six is joking. I think it flew over.
Virginia Tech officially a cash. Let's go.
Nice.
It was like a little bit sketchy, but they like the last 5 minutes of the game blew them the fuck out.
But you honestly just don't know with those big spreads because they sub some guys in.
Yeah,
and
that's why, like, I think when you're betting a big spread like that, the most important thing is like the bad team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the other team's just they're gonna do what they were doing.
Yeah, you know the good teams can score. It's just a matter of what is the small school going to do to keep pace with them or not keep pace with them? Like what's the tempo going to look like? So you get more possessions for more points or not?
I think the weirdest score of the whole day, Nick, is going to be Wisconsin, Arkansas State. Like it's going to go over by like 60 points.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just a really weird. I mean, I guess Wisconsin maybe just couldn't miss. I mean, obviously.
103 points for Wisconsin, and there's still like 4 minutes left. And that my box was probably delayed, but still.
It's crazy.
What was the Wake Forest final? That game is still going. Elon might not even cover. It is currently 97-78 Wake Forest.
Oh my gosh. What the heck
This was
happened there?
after Elon was up like what 32-10 or something, early. Oh yeah, somebody was saying earlier, Wake Forest even money down by 19 in that game.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a good wager.
Yeah. Finally got the air raid, just not on the football field.
Yep. All right, yep. Official 100-55 for Virginia Tech. I love the parallels between the Virginia Tech game and the Pitt game. 100-52 and 100-55.
Hell yeah. Grand Canyon cashed.
Let's go. W's.
So that brings us to 8-5.
Love the system.
Yep. Should have been. I mean, dude, 2 of them came down to the last shot, but you'll live with it.
Yep.
Oh, also, Nick, do you remember? I think it's Neek Clifford.
For who?
He is the starting guard for Colorado State. He transferred from Colorado. So it's like, which is worse? Transferring in conference or transferring to like your out of conference rival? Because that's a true card to card. I mean, I guess in basketball, not as big of a rivalry, but it'd be fun when they play.
Yeah, that's weird. I guess like if you're like from the area, like if you're from Colorado, you'd like want to play for a better Colorado school, I guess. Questionable if they're even a better Colorado school, but at least for basketball. Also, I have a feeling JMU is going to get blown the fuck out in the second half here. I can't lie. Like after they were up big early.
Yeah, some momentum.
And it's like some foul troubles and some momentum for Michigan State, and then a couple quick baskets to tie it up for Michigan State. It might be like Michigan State covers the pregame spread.
I kind of feel it too.
I'm not going to bet on it, but that's my vibe. Almost like the Elon game. Also, let's go Butler up 23 now.
Ooh. All right, I'm good to call it. I mean, we don't have any more action.
Okay, yep.
Till the later games.
I'm gonna load up some forts.
Cool. Are you just gonna stay on?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay live.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit here about this system play, man. It's a fun one. And then Portland State's up 4. Love to see it. All right. Okay, Nick, get us a win on the sticks here, right?
Let's go. Let's get it.
All right.
See you, Ben.
See you later. Oh wait, I'm still here.
Yes, you are still here.
Am I still here now?
Yeah, you're still here.
Second. Won't let me leave.
I'm gonna kick you. Wow, Trent just loaded up another game. That's crazy. Oh no, I went back to lobby. Bye, Ben. Alrighty. Did we set a time on it? Oh, no. I don't think there's anything like official. Also, I need to figure out where the hell my... Okay, hold on. I'm going to make my my camera go away for a second. Bye, camera. And then... Hold on. I'm turning on volume on. Trent's
How's
stream.
Conklin looking?
He has 1 catch.
Not bad.
Oh my god, Garrett is mocked.
I think I might get egoed here by Trent.
Yo, chat. What
This
if
is crazy.
Giddy appeals that tag? Is that a thing?
Yes, you can appeal.
No way.
Yeah,
Yep.
only for like fine reasons, I think.
But you still get a tech?
No, you can like they'll look at it and it can get like rescinded.
Shut your mouth.
I need to find the
remember, like,
game.
when-
Hold on.
Like Westbrook used to get a lot. He would always try and get him rescinded so he
That's a
didn't get
thing, but
suspended
don't
for a game.
Don't get your hopes up, says Token.
I will
Yeah.
shave my head if they do that.
Yeah, I don't think he'll even try because like his first one.
There we go.
Yeah.
There is the game. Title
This is
changed.
just a shit
Sure.
Play by the kid.
Hold on, let me go
And
bitch at Trent
CJ
for a second.
Uzama grubbing. Time to hit up Giddy in the DMs.
He probably saw your video.
He does watch the TikToks. Did you know that?
We did learn that. Chat, I need you to Google some history about... Dude, they're just feeding Wilson. This is so bad. Yo, Capwise, bro, I'm not ignoring you. I have been trying to get on with you for an hour. What are you looking at?
Capwise is what?
We need the Capwise.
There's no way that's her ass. There's no way that's her ass. Is that her ass?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
There's no way that's coincidence.
All right, I'm gonna, I guess, run a solo.
Chat, go look at Court Sports for this recent tweet. Alright, Capwise, you're in after this game, bro. We'll get Capwise and Mikey involved.
Capwise and Mikey are subbing in.
Yeah, you playing Fortnite, Trent?
All right. Let's go. Trying to find a way to hit the gritty. Oh, the giddy square. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, honestly, they might do it for him. They might. I am not warmed up at all. But we move. Yeah, didn't Giddy get like double teched? Also, I need to pull up box scores for this Butler game. And okay. Oh, camera's off. Good comms. Good comms. 1 second. W comms. Like, keep me updated on the Butler game. I couldn't get a box score up. Cash there is huge. Cash and Butler, and we are green. Even if UCLA doesn't cover, even though they're going to cover. Where's this guy? Oh, he's got a guy. Yeah. Can't win that with a burst. Alrighty, we go again. Also, honestly, I think I'm just gonna call this stream, okay? I'm gonna hop on their stream. I'll run one more. Oh, let's go. Butler's up 30. That is huge. That's huge. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right. Oh, that's a bad drop. Butler up 32. Edwards heading off. Next wagon out. Oh, glad the bets went well. Trying to look up some computers. Missed out on too many plays trying to bet on the phone. Yeah, betting on the phone is kind of ass, honestly. Oh, that guy landed on the shot. Where'd this guy go? It's like open this chest and dipped. You're always up here. Okay. It's time to hop off stream. I'm not warm. I need to go warm up a little bit off stream, and then I'm gonna go play with Trent. So if anybody wants to keep watching Fortnite, tune into the Book It stream. But I'm not warm. So I'm just gonna go watch some college basketball, warm up, and I'll be on there. Appreciate everyone hanging out. W stream. Catch you tomorrow morning for early stream.